stars, and they can hear us on the music, on the credit, you know.
Yay!
Also, Arrow, we're using PNGs on the podcast.
Yeah? Okay.
You can save some resources.
Aye. How do I turn off the webcam here?
Never turn it
I
off.
have to hide this. There was a notification in front of the turn camera on.
Hello, Arrow in a nutshell. Welcome.
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 Let's see who else is here. Hello, MS Elboim. Welcome.
Stream Elements too. You
Congratulations.
never greet us Stream Elements.
I used to.
Or Stream
I used
Elements.
to say hello, Stream Elements. Welcome to the stream. But he never answers, you know. Hello,
Well, but he's there lurking.
Not my first stolen.
Collection.
Lodo, you get to be second.
Mimic, how was your breakfast, lunch?
Yeah, breakfast was really good. Well, it's kind of lunch in a way. Hello everyone, we're live. Let me show you the
Hey.
picture I just took. I quickly made salad, bread and egg. I didn't make the bread, I made the egg. Well, I didn't make the egg, I cooked the egg. And some coffee with cinnamon. And I quickly managed to eat the salad and the bread while setting everything up from my phone from the kitchen. Magic of Google.
It's the Google magic.
I don't like the
magic.
vegetables.
I legit saw Mimic delete the message. Which message? What are we talking about?
And huh?
No.
Hello, good morning. How was your morning, you two?
So my morning was sleeping because I spent the last night playing Final Fantasy 15 and trying to finish it, but it's a Final Fantasy, so cinematics kept going. And it took longer than I thought.
What time did you go to sleep then?
5 a.m.
Final 5 a.m.
Wow.
And then I even did a quest post-game to get my car to fly, but I never learned how to fly, so it was pointless.
Wait, but it's called Final Fantasy, so there won't be any more, right? It's the final one.
You wish. In June there is a new one. In June there is a new one.
Yeah,
I wanted to finish the 15 so I can play the...
that's
We don't
deceiving,
really need the story, but...
deceiving your audience, calling it Final Fantasy.
Yeah. There has been 16 plus sequels and... spin-offs. A lot of Final Fantasies by now.
It was never final, actually.
It's never final.
Well, then you want to start with some introductions?
Nick
Yeah.
didn't answer what she did that morning.
All right. Nix is like 4 a.m. It is her morning.
It's morning. I just woke up. It's right now. It's
I
7.
see. Oh, God.
We always know that I just wake up.
It's our morning talk show.
Yes, morning talk show.
Anthony.
Anthony, hey!
Welcome
Good
in.
morning.
Welcome in.
3 legendary people in one room. It's 4 with you in chat. Ooh. They're doing
Yes.
group work. Let's go, group.
Good luck on the
Wow,
Group
Good
work.
luck. Good luck.
Yeah, you know, in a way, I think infinite content is a basic necessary for every game today. Even Diablo 4, when they design it right now, they design it in the thought process of making infinite content, obviously. And Honkai, we just came out today. What is it? Honkai Star Rail.
No quest or impact. Yeah.
It's probably will have infinite content. I really wanted to
The thing
try
is-
it, but
Most of the infinite content that games make nowadays is based on dailies.
daily
And
quests.
that kind of content is... It incentivizes you to log in, share, and get rewards, but it feels like work. instead
does,
of really,
right?
it's
It's
like
more
you have to
tasks.
do something else before you can really start playing, and by then
Yeah.
you're like, nah, I'm done. I already played this for like 2 hours.
What was the first time? Oh, thank you for the hydrate, Ryu. Ryu.
I don't even have water yet.
Daquan, what's the first time you encountered daily activities in a game? These daily tasks, daily quests.
I think it was League of Legends, just the daily win, probably.
I think back in Maple Story, Maple Story, the original one, back in
No,
2006,
it was World of
7.
Warcraft.
Oh, World of Warcraft already did dailies? Because I
Burning
feel like
Crusade.
Maple Story brought a lot of the bad, a lot of the good, but also a lot of the bad stuff to the West, like gacha. And at one point they had these. Well, I used to call them the never-ending quest because I was a questaholic. I needed to complete every single quest in the game. And a serious OCD issue. And some quests would refresh every day. And the reward was really bad. But you had to complete the quest, Because it's there.
I swear the games try to exploit the ADHD of the people.
Mhm.
They know.
That's the
we need-
gamification of today, yeah. Abuse the FOMO, fear of missing out. Abuse FOMO.
Yeah, most of the games are just that hit of dopamine nowadays.
Mhm.
It's like a drug.
I remember when I
They
played
give
Maple
you that
Story.
dopamine, so you get addicted to it.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like an abusive relationship.
It
If
is.
you work for it, you get this tiny bit of attention.
And sometimes you get
Just
more.
tiny little bit.
There's, I think
Like a
Pokemon
little
Go.
taste.
Pokemon
Now you
Go
have to
was the
keep
worst
working
for
from
me.
zero yesterday.
In
Tomorrow.
Pokemon Go, you would do
Really?
daily.
Pokemon Go.
You would do daily tasks, and the reward was more tasks. I swear, you would get a reward would be a Pokemon egg. The only way to hatch a Pokemon egg is to go out and walk.
Walk.
So, I love walking, right? Give me the egg for free, and the task will be walking. But if I'm battling, I go around, I battle this NPC, I work to win, then my reward is an egg. That's kind of stupid. That's more work.
And then you have to rise the egg again, like put the candies and stuff.
Why is that? Oh, and Maple Story 2 also had a lot of daily quests, which were fun and addicting, but also really shit in the rewards. And the problem with Maple Story 2 was that every week you would work really, really hard to gather resources. And then you use the resources, there's a chance that the resources will upgrade your weapon. Like 60%. Then there's 40% that you wasted the resources and you get nothing. And that's the worst thing ever. You get nothing, now you have to work all the week again.
Yeah. That's why I like idle games. Idle games are very good for dopamine hits. Because it's incremental, like a lot of mechanics. Everywhere you get rewarded by doing anything.
So you get cooking clickers.
Yeah, the number keeps going faster and faster and faster very easily. The dopamine, it never ends. Like in other games, you have to work like for 2 hours to get the dailies done. And you get like a tiny bit reward, and now you have to wait for the next day. Idle games keeps going and going and going and going.
Like an actual game, you can play as much as you want.
Yeah.
After I started streaming, I quit Genshin, and I said, that's it, no more endless games. Just
No
endless.
more.
And now you're playing the new game. Actually, I was planning to because I really like turn-based games, and it looks like it's turn-based.
That's my issue. Actually, I don't like turn-based. So like, oh, it's Genshin, but turn-based.
I hate action. Real time.
You play that for me. I'll play Genshin.
Yeah, let's
I'll
do
play.
it. But I'm afraid of like the dailies. I don't know about the game enough. How like are the dailies very time consuming? Because the idle game that I play, the dailies are like 5 minutes and they are done.
Anton, thank you. Stretch and hydrate. Good morning, stretches. Diablo Immortal. I think
good enough.
Diablo Immortal, which is a bad game, is a great example of self. What's the name? I just googled it this week.
What are you trying to talk?
I haven't played any of these games.
That's good. Never do that. Delayed gratification. Delayed gratification. I'm not gonna get the reward now. I'm an adult. I can eat the candy after meal. So Diablo Immortal, when it came out, nobody wanted to play, right? But I wanted to try. I want to see what's the new direction that Diablo is taking. And I knew that Diablo 4 will take a lot of stuff from Diablo Immortal. So I went into Diablo Immortal with a very, very clear message to myself. You're playing this game for 1 week only. After 1 week, you uninstall the game and never touch it again. And that made the experience so much different than other games, because I knew that my time, it's like a beta, my time is limited. So I didn't get into guilds, I didn't get any connection with people. I just played the story mode, and when I reached maximum level, I uninstalled the game, and I had a wonderful experience. I didn't feel the urge to get more character, build my account, get connected with people, get into subreddits. I didn't get the feeling that I need to immerse myself in the game too much. I played it for the fun, like a normal game. And after a week, that's it. It was great. It was really great. Like a demo, yeah, like a beta version.
Yeah, from what I heard, Immortal is actually a good game on itself, as long as you don't count the microtransactions.
The microtransactions, that's the problem, yeah. Like Pokemon Shuffle is my favorite Pokemon game. One of my favorite games of all times. But the microtransactions are horrible.
Yeah, that's like ruins everything for everyone else that likes to compete, right? Because then they are not competing against anything other than your wallet. That's
and we're gonna talk a lot about this in competition today, because VTubing is kind of like a game. Let's start with introduction though. Hello everyone, surprise attack. I'm Elboim Mimic VTuber. I'm doing D&D, tarot reading, gaming, collabs, less collabs today. This weekly podcast, a new D&D campaign weekly. It's gonna be today as well, so Thursday is gonna be really heavy. And I'm joined by my co-host Nix. Tell us who you are.
Hello, I'm Nix Oleander. I'm a half light elf, half dark elf, who is actually coming back from hiatus this coming week.
Woo! Let's go.
Let's go.
That's a shout out to
It's
Nix.
a very long hiatus.
I'll give a shout out to Aaron in 2 minutes.
It has been a month since I last did my own stream, not including the podcast. And it has been a very big surprise.
Yeah, she doesn't even remember
Very excited for it.
How to activate OBS.
No, it took a while.
What is going to be your return? Anything planned?
So I do have a couple of things surprised. I don't know what I'm going to come back and stream yet, but we will be coming back in the next few days for the first stream in a month.
Ooh, maybe
nice.
Honkai Star Impact.
That is a thought.
Let's go.
That is a thought.
Although I don't think your computer will be able to handle that in streaming.
Is it
My sister's PC was able to handle it in stream yesterday.
Oh, let's go then. Do it.
I think it's fine because mine is a little bit stronger than hers.
Nice. Your sister played it? Perfect.
Yeah.
Oh, what about you, Arrow? Tell us who you are.
I'm Arrow. Arrow in a nutshell. I'm not Heroin. I'm not Aaron. I'm not at all. I'm not Elmo. I'm not Nutella. But yeah, I'm just Arrow. I used to... So I'm rebranding at the moment. I did a big hiatus with a few returns here and there just to say hi, but not really completely returning. I'm rebranding completely. So I used to play mostly gameplays. It's a show called as well Collaborate with Ray. That's where I met Mimic actually, and a lot of people. Where I brought like around 7 VTubers, and they start to get to know each other, and then collab after that. But now I'm rebranding the whole show. I'm going to start to focus on shows only. It's going to be a lot of different shows that I'm still finishing the details. You guys are going to see it very soon. The gameplays are probably done by now. There might be exceptions here and there where I might stream a gameplay show, gameplay stream, but it's not going to be the rules. It's going to be the exceptions. It's going to be mostly shows from now on.
Nice. Very exciting. Very, very exciting.
Very. Yeah.
Yeah. And then I'm going to invite all of you.
Actually how we met, yeah. I was just beginning to be a streamer, and I was looking for people to collab with. And I saw Arrow's message about the show. I'm looking for a VTuber, so let's do it. Let's go. I met a lot of people in there. Got my one of my first early collabs with a group of people.
Yes, it's actually on YouTube. If you guys want to see a non-affiliate Mimic,
Oh,
he's there. The first interaction of me and Mimic.
Yeah, you can go to my YouTube and look at my first 2 months. That's my first. A lot of videos of non-affiliated. Actually, it took me a long time to be affiliated.
It was innocent dice back then.
Everything was perfect in number of hours, number of streams. Well, I was partner level in everything except the average viewers. I couldn't get 3 average viewers. That was so freaking long. And actually, because I streamed so much, it hindered my. I had so many streaming hours with 0 viewers, so it hindered my attempt to get 3 average, which is the complete opposite of people who do 1 subathon and they get like 70 viewers instantly. Didi-chan, good morning, or good evening to you. Good night.
Hey, Digi.
I just figured yesterday that Digi-chan knows Sora for a long time now, before me even.
That was
so
there.
crazy. Yeah. What a great coincidence. Morning. So, you want to start with our first topic? We got a list of...
Let's go.
We got some warm-up topics. We got some spicy topics.
I'm very excited for these
going
topics.
to be very consuming because we can go very deep with all of this.
Mm-hmm.
Now we have 3 hours. That's enough time to drain ourselves in this virtual psychotherapy session. Now we're going to start with a very easy topic that I think I actually came up while talking with Arrow. We played in Zero Escape, a series of 3 games for half a year now. We're in the final game, finally. And every end of stream, I'm asking myself, who do I raid? So that's my first question to you guys. How do you choose who to raid?
So normally I go either from inner circle, my inner circle, all people that I like but are not part of the inner circle but are like trying to reach affiliate. These are the priorities in my opinion. If someone is trying to reach affiliate and I know about it and I like that person, I'm going to try and boost them a bit. If none of them are online, I'll just go from like around the same view range or maybe below. And if there is no one specific that I really will keep in mind, I just try to raid a random and see if I reach new communities, new people like that. Like probably is playing the same game or in the same category.
Same game, yeah. How about you, Nix?
So same thing, but after coming back from hiatus, I have decided a new thing. So I'll go with the first one. What I normally do is like I'll see who like my mutuals who's online, who's playing, and then I consider like have I rated them recently, and if I haven't, then I will look through the list of people who I haven't rated for a while, and then look at their viewer number. And if it's a few people and I haven't rated them in a while, or if it's the first time rating them, then I would rate them. I try to keep people who I've rated often at the end of the list. And if there's no one to rate, I'll usually ask my chat if they have someone they would recommend rating. And so I would rate them. But after taking my little hiatus, I want to start rating smaller streamers that I don't know actually, just to get more viewers for people who are just starting out.
It's helping helping your sister. It's gonna giving you that.
I think these people are going to be more grateful than someone with a bigger audience anyway.
Yeah, definitely.
I see a lot of people rating way bigger streamers than they are, sometimes like in the hundreds or even thousands. I see small VTubers rating Iron Mouse, for example, hoping that they are going to get follows from that. And to be honest, if that's your aim, you are probably better rating smaller VTubers, so they are grateful and are going to turn into a loyal viewer, most likely. So
Emmett says, I only rated people I know, and Anthony says, people I know, after that, anyone who chat suggests, if there's no one in chat, I'll just end stream. I will never end stream without raiding. The only exception is if... Oh, so 2 days ago, I played Spiritfarer, which is very addicting, until about 4 or 5 a.m. And I actually... My viewers, this is not their hours, so it just left one after another. And I was left with 2 viewers. I think it was me and Off the Wisp, I'm not sure. And when I raided, it was only me. So I raided Peony with one person. I was like,
Right of myself.
One person
so
army. Oh, and I felt so bad, so embarrassed.
But then, like, that goes into a question of like, do you raid if there's only 2 people?
Yeah, that's the issue. So how do I choose raid is like this. First of all, I have the people that I know, and I think who I raided recently, who didn't I raid recently, and then my head also does this calculation of my current viewers, the people in my chat right now, do they follow that person or not? Because the best thing in a raid is people following the streamer. When someone raids me, I got a pretty big raid recently, like 36 viewers, big for me. And I saw like in 5 minutes, all of them were gone and nobody followed me. And it makes you feel like the streamer who raided me, they're a really good person in just chatting streams. And I played Spiritfarer. And I feel like it was completely different vibes for the viewers. They didn't care for that. Also, that person is doing a very long streams. So most likely a 6-hour stream or something like that. Then they raided this person. Nobody's going to stay there, right? So I'm thinking when I raid, who can I raid that will get followers from my raid, you know? Maybe introduce some communities together, mix some people. Digichan says, I go through my following list first. If there's friendos on and I haven't raided in a while, regardless of viewers, if none of my friendos are in, I look for small streams similar to what I'm doing ASMR writing. Okay, I'm playing or in art. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
So if there's nobody that I know or people that I raided recently, I would usually look in the recommended. Because the Twitch recommended actually pretty good. And many people raid me because they saw me in the recommended. I feel like I should do that as well. Hey Andy, what's fun today? We have a list of spicy topics. Right now we're starting with how do you choose who to raid. And now when I decide who to raid, I usually open 3 links of 3 people, 2 or 3 people at the same time. And I look for how long they're streaming. Because one of the worst things that can happen is I raid someone just when they end the stream. I hate doing that. So I usually...
I've done it a few times.
Yeah, I also try to learn. Sometimes I forget to open their stream before raiding, just in case.
I open it because of 2 reasons.
Sometimes they are even like on BRB.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I raided someone when they're AFK, when they're BRB. So I want to see 2 things. I want to see 3 things. 1, I want to see that they're actually streaming right now and not, sleeping or out to lunch. I'm not going to raid someone who sleeps. 2, I want to see how long they're streaming. If they're streaming for 10 hours, and it's not a subathon or something, then I would rather raid someone who just started 3 minutes ago, 20 minutes ago. So, get a good boost of viewers at the beginning of the stream. And then, I want to see if they're streaming solo or if they're in a collab. Because if you collab, you naturally have more viewers. You have the collab person and their community. If you're alone, it's going to be more lonely. So, I want to bring in some friends. So, ideally for me, I would want to raid people that are new to my community so they can get some followers. I want to raid people who stream alone, and I want to raid people who just started streaming right now. Whether they're affiliated or not, I think it's less important to me right now. Because I think building a community is more important in the long range than getting affiliated.
Yeah, affiliate is never ever really going to change much. A lot of people focus on the affiliate, like, oh my god, I'll start making money, and then they forget that before that, they need to get a threshold to get the money itself.
Yeah.
And as a soon affiliate, you are probably not going to take it for a while.
That's yeah. Sometimes people think, oh, I'm affiliated, that's it, it's my job now. But no, there's a lot of stuff after that. I feel like we're gonna dive later into.
What do you think about people that raid bigger streamers? Like
so I tried multiple
10 times
times
bigger or more.
I tried multiple times to raid big streamers. Like there's There's not a lot, but there's a few streamers I really love who have thousands. And I tried a few times, but they get so many raids that they kind of ignore you. And I think I understood that first time when I played D&D. I played D&D, was one of the final VTube High streams, and we had like 30 viewers, 25, and the chat was going crazy. There's so many things, and people followed, and I just couldn't keep up with everything. So I get if there's a raid at that time, and they're really busy, and they got like 4 raids in the last hour, they're not going to look at that. What are you defining as big streamers? I say people who have 100 viewers, 200 viewers, 600 viewers, 1,000 viewers, 2,000 viewers. And then you get Iron Mouse on Yanners with 10,000 viewers and so on. I think my most successful big raid was False ID. I got raided by 500 people from Bafish. And I stayed for a bit. And then it ended up with about 50 people, 56. I raided False ID, which I really like. False ID. He's a news reporter, VTuber, who's reporting the VTubing industry, Japanese VTubers and so on. And he, after 50 people raid, he opened my Twitter and looked at it and said, "Oh, we're reporting. Maybe we're gonna report soon to be Mimic or something like that." So I feel like that was the most attention I got from a big streamer. But it's only as if I have a really big raid. You need to be their size to catch their eye.
Yeah.
And
it makes sense.
Yeah, it does make sense. For me, there's one streamer I know who is a big streamer, but like I've talked to them before. And so every once in a while I'll raid them, but it's not often. But I think because I know them, that they do pay attention to when I raid them. But other than that, like I don't raid big streamers because I want to give support to smaller streamers.
Mm-hmm.
Like if I were to see, yeah, because like if I were to see like Mimic is streaming to 10 people, and then there's someone who I haven't rated in a few weeks, and they're only at 1 viewer, I would raid them over raiding Mimic since he has 10 people. So
maybe that's why. Maybe that's why I see so many people with 10 viewers. Maybe that's the threshold.
No, but yeah. It is. It actually is.
Mm-hmm. For me, yeah, it's 10 about, because like I mostly see people sitting around like 1 or 2 viewers for a while.
Mm-hmm.
So the 1-2 viewers is pretty much people that are trying to get affiliate, and these are the majority of Twitch at the moment. I think like after you reach affiliate, you're already like in the top 1% or something like that. I don't know the numbers exactly, but it's something around that. So if you already reached affiliate, congrats, you're already the top 1%, something like that. And then after that, I think the thresholds start becoming the 5 to 15 viewers around that area.
Yeah.
And the moment you start climbing, it goes very fast. So before all of this, before I was a VTuber and an English streamer, I was a Portuguese flash tuber. And as soon as I reached like 20 average, my numbers started to grow very fast. Like I would reach 50 in like 1 month, the moment I started reaching 20 average.
That's cool.
Wow.
Yeah, so I think after you reach that, you break that barrier, it's very easy to grow because you are like in the top rows of the category and everyone clicks on you.
I see.
And that's the secret. You need to be in the top rows of the category.
So that's the glass ceiling of how do you...
Because other than that, people have to scroll down, and let's be honest, when is the last time that you scrolled down for like 5 minutes to reach people?
Mm-hmm.
Actually, yesterday, I think, while talking with Sora, I did a tower training to Sora, and we talked about that. And 20 average, got it. And
just do it for us.
I was talking about how Yu-Gi-Oh streams work really well for me, and I didn't understand why. When I stream Yu-Gi-Oh, people follow me. People come in and chat with me and ask to battle me. And I didn't understand why. So I did some research about the categories. And the Yu-Gi-Oh category is actually very good right now for streaming. Because after the first, it's always in the 2,000 viewers, and after the first row, you have only 3 or 2 people who's viewing. So it's really easy for someone like me to be in the top row.
Yeah.
And for people to check it out.
That's the thing. That's one thing that I also explained to Mimic when he started streaming. That you need to focus. The idea is to focus on categories that are in the second row to the 5th row of the categories of Twitch. Because the first row is way too oversaturated. Don't even try. And after the 5th row is already way too down. People are not going to scroll all that down. So you need to find categories in the 2nd to 5th. And then on these categories, you have to see what people are streaming at the moment. Like, can you reach the top 3 rows of the channels in that category? If not, try to find another game. That's the ideally way of streaming Twitch.
If I look at the Honkai...
Most people don't really care about it because they only stream whatever they feel like.
Yeah.
And not...
Yeah.
But that's... If you're going for numbers, that's the best way.
If I look at right now at the categories, the Honkai Impact, Honkai Star Rail is on 45,000 viewers. But if you look at the category, it's like 6,000, 2,000, 1.5, 5, and like the first few rows is in the hundreds. You need to scroll really down to find. And many people...
That's a saturated game.
Almost everybody who plays that is a VTuber. Which, that's another thing. Yu-Gi-Oh! Genshin Impact, Honkai, these are games for VTubers. I noticed that Diablo, for example, is doing a very bad job for me because it's not really a game for VTubers. It's not the same art style. It's a game that's more adult and serious. So maybe as VTubers, we would have better success playing anime games like Mahjong and Japanese, Chinese, Korean, Asian games.
And makes sense. That's your culture community, kinda. But that's the thing. There's a community for everyone. Now, you have to find your own niche, because if you're just going to do whatever is good to grow, yes, you might grow, but people are going to get tired of you because they see that you're not really having fun. Like, there is a lot of games that you could easily grow faster. To start off, being a variety streamer is not good, because for numbers, that's really bad, because every time you switch games, it's a completely new, different community. Imagine that you're playing a game and you got like 5 people during that game, and then you beat the game. People that followed you for that game, they are gone because you're done with the game.
Exactly.
And now you switch to another, and now and you never really get the community. Like there's a tiny slow grow that people stay for you and not the game, and that's what you're aiming for. But if your reason to be on Twitch is to grow, that's not the way that you should approach. At least if you want to grow fast. If you don't mind to grow slow, then variety is your thing. And I think most of us go for variety.
If you don't care about like the growth and you just really care about like having fun, just go at your own pace. But if you're the type of person to want to do it because of the numbers, then you really have to like look into like how you want to grow.
Yeah.
And you can't just throw yourself out there hoping that it's going to work.
One thing that I also recommend, at least at the very beginning, is maybe just focus on one game. Try to reach a community first. A few numbers like audience-wise, at least, so you have an active chat. And then you can play whatever you feel like. Because it's very sad when you're trying to stream and there is nobody to talk to.
Yeah.
So I think you should try to reach at least a community of like 1 or 2 chatters. And then after that, you can start streaming whatever you feel like. At the very least, 1, 2.
What would you say is the best first game to stream?
The first game is probably...
But it also has to be a game that you like to play.
It's ours. I would say it's a trending game, but trending game is also saturated. I think it needs to be a trending game that is a bit like after
stabilized?
Its time already.
Yeah, like Genshin Impact right now. Something stabilized.
Yeah, Genshin Impact, like if you want to decide Star Rail or Genshin Impact, might as well go Genshin, because right now all the bigger all the bigger streamers are streaming Star Rail, so you have a better chance of being discovered. And that's something that I also told to Mimic. He wanted me to keep playing games that get released on day one. And I'm like, Mimic, that's a bad idea. Because on day one, it's over saturated. You're not going to get discovered like that.
Yeah, but I want to play the game. I want to play the game.
Yeah, you have the hype, but everyone is spread everywhere. So as a streamer, it's probably better if you wait like 2 weeks to 1 month and place everything else, because probably the viewers are like either watching other people playing that game or are like tired of that game and I want to see someone that is not playing it. So actually not playing it is the smart move, that you get more viewers, because it's like, oh, finally something fresh that is different from that stupid game.
Well, then let's move to the next topic, which is that's a new question that has been bothering me for a while, and I never think I don't think I asked anyone about this. It's about accents and your origin. So, do you get asked about your in real life accent or origin? And I'll start. I get asked multiple times about my accent, actually. Not in a degrading way, in a curious way. Sometimes people will come in chat and ask, what kind of accent is that? And I would say, guess the accent. Or I would say, honestly, this is an Israeli trying to speak English. Because there's the Israeli accent, the English Israeli accent has very sharp tone. Like, this is the Israeli accent. It's a very sharp. It's the R from the French language. And when you try to do an English accent, like me, it can get a weird mix of that. So many people get put off by that. I'll also say that Aaron knows that I got... we had some drama with community like half a year ago. And recently, one person from that community reached out to me. And we talked about that. And they said something that really got me confused. They said that some people complained about my accent. That it's I'm gonna say it very carefully. I'm gonna use their words. It's a Middle Eastern accent, and it got them worried, which is so weird. I've never ever got that kind of thing. That is so weird. Complain? Yeah, I have no idea what's going on. But that community was really strange. And I thought, I got a lot of theories why the drama with that community erupted, but there's so many random facts. There's no facts. So many random events that at the end of the day, you realize that every drama is kind of a miscommunication and some people being childish. So there's no real reason. It just was really strange to me that this reason came out.
Yeah, that is weird.
Like, that was borderline racist.
Yeah.
It is racist.
It's not even borderline anymore. It's
really expect you to go through, hold on, bro, let me just change my country of origin. That's something that really bothers me. I feel like many people in the VTubing community specifically expect you to know everything about their culture and their triggers. Because I speak English, I'm supposed to know everything about every group, every minority, every trigger point in every country.
Even words, certain words that you literally translate for English. And then people get offended and they're like, what? That's literally the translation. What's wrong with it?
Exactly.
And they're like, you don't say that. And I'm like, what?
No, you don't. You just don't.
It's literally translated words. Word letter by letter. What do you mean I don't say it? There is nothing wrong with that word. There is everything wrong about that word. And I'm like, okay, I didn't know that.
It's really unbelievable
so
sometimes. Did you? I mean, Nix, you are American, so I don't think you encountered that.
Actually, So I do have something. I wouldn't say like it's very similar, but this is actually really interesting because my sister and I have been talking about this for a little bit. Is I do have an accent. It's very subtle. Most people don't notice it unless they are used to hearing accents. And so recently, my sister has been streaming a lot. And every single stream that she has, someone will ask, "What part of Europe are you from?"
What? That is so strange.
So my sister has a slightly heavier accent than I do. Mine isn't as strong, but there's definitely words and phrases that I will say that you can tell is a British accent. It's very slight. It's very, it's not too noticeable until you like listen for it.
That's so unique.
But I've had people come up to me IRL, and they would ask, "Oh, where are you from?" And I would say, "Oh, I'm born here." And they would say like, "Oh, I thought you were from this place because you have a similar accent to those who are there." And I was like, "No, I was born here, but I just learned English in a different way."
That's so cool. You know who has a really strong British accent? Hibiki. And I've been wondering why Hibiki has been playing the entire Sherlock Holmes game series for a few months now. She's been bombarded by British. And it comes out. It's so funny.
Yeah, accents are very easily to
get from
like
people,
absorb, I guess. I don't know exactly the word.
Mm-hmm.
It's easy to pick up on, and like when I hang out with a lot of either British streamers or Aussie streamers, my accent will come out a lot more without me realizing it.
Actually, now that I think about it, I don't think I ever picked on accents from like English and stuff. But in Portugal, different accents really, since I'm from Portugal, by the way, I get really different accents from my own country. But other than my own country, I think my accent is always the same. So I don't know what's the reason for that.
Yeah, it says one of the fun things about accent is that there's regional dialects that people from other countries don't pick up on. That's so cool. So Ero, you have a strong Portuguese accent. Did you ever get anyone
all the time? I think pretty much every stream, if there is someone new, they always comment on my accent, and they always get it wrong. They say it's always Russian for some reason.
Oh, yeah, there's something
for some
in
reason,
there.
but it makes sense actually, because there's also videos where you can listen to a Portuguese person speaking, but you can't really make up their words, like they are far away. And if you just listen, it looks like a Russian person, and then it's actually Portuguese. I don't know what kind of accent we have, but it looks like it's very similar.
Anthony asks, how do you hear accents? I can't hear them.
Which is, I can't tell the accents in any European country, but I hear British accent, and I have to wonder which of the 20 plus accents it is.
And I don't know if you also feel the same, but people sexualize accents a lot.
Sexualize accents? Oh yeah, British accent is more sexy, and yeah, I guess.
Like a lot of people came to me and they said that my accent makes them horny, and I'm like, what the fuck are you talking?
What?
And not as a joke, they genuinely mean it, and I'm like, what? Like I never get sexualized other than my accent.
Let's go. Actually,
that's so interesting.
I remember a few people telling me that my accent is. I think even Nick said it's something that she really likes my accent. I had some people who said that they really like my accent, which I find it weird. Like, what do you like about it?
That was not me.
No, I don't know. There was like 2 or 3 people. Because I think I swallow words. I speak too fast. I don't have a lot of diction, and my accent is not perfect. It's a weird mix of all the video games I played, the American and British and stuff like that. British accents are sexy until you hear the scows of people from Yorkshire.
You talk about enunciation, and I think growing up for me, I was always just worried that people would not understand what I say, and so I had to learn to enunciate certain words more.
Yeah.
And I learned English by watching TV. And so my sister and I, we pretty much just adapted any accent that we learned from the TV.
Depends on the show you watched.
Pretty much. And so, specifically my sister more than me will always get asked, what part of Europe are you from? Or where is your accent from? And I think it's so interesting because she and I are very used to like listening to it, so it doesn't sound different. And other people will also tell me, oh, you don't have an accent. But then when I talk to another person, there's like, oh, where's your accent from? Were you born here? Were you born somewhere else? And it's just so interesting that people pick out those minute details.
Mm.
And just for this podcast, I will not suppress my accent.
Never suppress your accent.
Accent gang.
Yeah, go all out.
Even if I wanted to suppress my accent, I don't know how, because I never noticed that I had an accent until people started commenting on it.
I sometimes laugh about Arrow when we play Zero Escape. When he says this sucks, it says sex. This sex. Like,
But
Arrow,
it's sex saying
it
that.
sucks, not sex.
It sucks.
For me as well, I remember the first time I streamed Phasmo with Pisu. We had the flashlights, and I said flashlight,
Yeah, flashlight.
They have a
That's
flashlight?
another completely different
and
thing.
she was shocked. She was like, "What?" I said, "A flashlight," and she was like, "What?" And she was so confused, and I had no idea what a flashlight is. I really had no idea. I was so embarrassing. Then since then, I really tried to say flashlight.
Flash.
Flashlight.
I also have problems saying bitches and bitches because it
Yeah,
sounds the
listen.
same.
Can we talk about this? Bitch. I really try. How do you say the sea ocean? The part. Beach and beach.
Yeah.
Beach.
Beach. Isn't that what
Bitch
I'm saying?
and bitch.
Bitch and beach. There's like, I really try to ignore the T. If I want to say beach, there's a T, bitch. And without the T, it's a bitch. And sometimes I don't know if I hear things wrong or people making fun of me.
I think if you like look at it in ways of like accent tones, when you say beach, it's like a straight tone, where you said the other one, it kind of goes down.
Beach.
Mhm.
I was like a bitch.
It
You see
sounds
it?
exactly the same.
That's so weird. I remember when I was in music school, there was the word kiss in one of the songs, and there was an American girl, and she said, "No, you can't say kiss. You need to say kiss, like a bit of an e and a bit of an kiss." And same with doctor and love. It's not doctor. It's doctor. It's not love. It's not love. It's love. It's like half o, half a. It's so weird.
It's so hard. I just give up and I say it my way, and people get offended. And I'll be like, hey, you know what I mean. Sometimes you just need to listen to the context itself.
Yeah. It's something really.
I'll be talking about bitches when I'm talking about bitch.
the you know what I mean. It's going back to what we talked about earlier. Sometimes I feel like people misunderstand me because they look for the negative part. And we're gonna talk about this in a bit with some more spicy topics. But like what Era said right now, you know what I mean. I had this conversation with another VTuber not too long ago. It was in a group chat, and I said something. I don't even remember what. Something about other people. And he said, "Oh yeah, you're looking for other people for numbers." And I was like, "Oh come on, you know what I mean." And he said, "Okay, I'm sorry. I know because I don't know if it's me." Or if just other people in this community can sometimes look for the negative parts of what you say, just interpret you in a bad way.
Let's be honest. Everyone here is looking for numbers in one way or another.
Yeah.
Like, we are trying to grow.
Yeah.
Even if you are doing this as a hobby, we still want to see results. We don't want to see our work being pointless, right?
Edition says people will
Because I
always
really
find
doubt
something.
that anyone likes to streaming for no one. for like 1 month, 1 year, still no one. People like to see results growing up.
Exactly. And no one likes to stream to zero people.
Yes, if someone asks me, are you looking people for numbers? Yes, I am. There's nothing wrong with it. But I'm also open for friendship and stuff if things, the opportunity rise.
People will always find something to get offended over.
The first reason that we are collabing and stuff with people that you don't know is exactly to reach new audiences. Like, why would you start trying to be friends with a person that you have no idea who they are?
Yeah, exactly.
We are opening the chance to be something more, but the main reason is reaching new communities, and there is nothing wrong with it. People need to be less afraid, and that's another topic of trying to be the perfect person. They need to stop trying to be the perfect person. There is nothing wrong with being selfish and thinking about yourself.
And being you.
And like we all became streamers for one reason or another, and one of those reasons is the numbers. It's just getting out there, and so that's something that people think about or realize.
I got a big question for you that appeared in one of our first podcasts. Nix asked me this, and it's been in the list of topics for a while now. I really wanna clear this out. When and why do you change? And when Nick said that, I immediately had these few epiphanies, few moments that I changed as a VTuber. So it's about power, responsibility, growing up suddenly, learning how to deal with the burden. One big change I had recently is, every argument I have with someone is kind of a big change. It's a big growth afterwards, like a small war. Recently I had a tweet. It was kind of an offensive tweet, and it reached 10 million views and almost no likes and a lot of quote retweets that assumed who I am and what did I mean and so on from all over. Like, it was very vague, the tweet, and it was about parasocial relationships. And some people were in favor of parasocial relationship and thought I'm against it. Some people were against it and thought I'm in favor of it. It was a mess. It was really a mess. And at one point I just muted the tweet, and I felt like, you know what? I don't care anymore. Let them fight. It is so stupid and so beyond me that it doesn't matter anymore. Same thing happened when I think it was the third or fourth time that a collab partner asked me to unpublish a collab video. And that when this happens, it only happens if you collab with a lot of people. When this happens, you feel terrible. You feel like you have failed someone. You feel like something was wrong, something was bad. It could be for all kinds of reasons, but most of the time it was because the collab partner who agreed to the collab, in retrospect, after the collab, decided that they don't feel comfortable with it. Sometimes a few days later. And they ask very embarrassingly if I could please unpublish the video, the VOD. And recently I thought a lot of VTubers don't publish every VOD. Some of them think, do I want to publish this VOD or not? I publish almost every VOD. Very rarely I delete VODs. I archive almost all of them on my YouTube. And maybe some collab VTubers don't want that. I think the fourth time I got asked to unpublish a VOD, I was like, okay, that's it. I'm done. I don't care anymore. Whenever I collab with someone, I don't want to collab with new people anymore. And when I collab with new people, I would assume that maybe they will want to unpublish the VOD afterwards. It's part of that.
Yeah.
Did you have that kind of epiphany that made you change?
Yeah, so people are going to always get offended no matter what. And I think, like, what you should do is explain your side one time. Not really apologize because you didn't do anything wrong. Just explain your side one time. And if people keep hating on it, just move on. Like, you'll never make them happy. And if you try to apologize and stuff, the people that still watch you might lose respect for you because you are trying to change who you are or your beliefs and stuff like that. I think you should just be who you are, and if people get offended, they are clearly not your target audience, and there is nothing wrong with it.
Ever did you have a?
They don't like your content, just move on to other streamers. There is multiple of them.
Did you have a big event or something that made you change, like a big epiphany?
Yeah, Color Betray, and you know it better than anyone.
Yeah.
Well, Color Betray was very good, and it was the best of intentions, but people still keep thinking that I was doing it for the wrong reasons. And something that people kept mentioning is I was doing it for clout, and yes, I am. And people also commented that the way that I decided the main character was based, and yes, it is. Like, if I'm going to choose the main character of a show, I'm going to choose based on my inner circle or people that make sense for me. It's never going to be completely random. It does not make sense to put a person completely random when I'm the one that is deciding who gets there. Like, for me, the show is mine. I want to do it the way that I want to do it. And if it is entertaining for you, you are welcome to watch. If it is not, there is other streamers. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know what people want me to say. Do you want me to do your way? You choose the main character? Then it's based anyway because you are the one deciding.
Yeah, make your show. You want to do something different, do it yourself.
Yeah.
Nix, what about you?
I
Do you have
know.
this change moment?
A little bit, and I think it happened a lot more before I started streaming. Because like I already had like a type of branding that I wanted to start with, but then like as I started getting closer and closer to debut, I kind of realized like that's not who I want to be on stream, and so I slowly started to go away from what I had originally wanted and kind of went into who I wanted to be as a streamer. And so I think that was really the only time that I had any change. But as of now, like even like coming back into my coming out from my hiatus, I feel like there is very minimal amount of change that I want to do. And it just is in terms of who I want to be as a streamer. Like I know I'm a little sneak peek for people who are here right now. Like I have new overlays coming. I have new themes. But all of my content I still plan to keep the same. Though I know, like as I said, I'll be diverting my raids to new people, new smaller streamers.
Mm-hmm.
But I think that's really the only big change that is really coming at the moment. I think there was the most change when I started to be a streamer is because I originally wanted to be the cute, soft-spoken, everyone kind of likes type of streamer. But then that wasn't for me. And it was actually very interesting because some of my IRL friends, when I showed them my VODs, they had said, oh, that wasn't the original voice you were going to start out with. And I said no, because I just wanted to go into who I am as a person instead of who I try to portray myself to be.
You ready to get into the spicy topics?
Yes.
Go
Let's go. And the first spicy topic is how do you deal with expectations from everyone? That's
the same topic that we're just talking about.
Yeah,
Kinda, as an introduction.
See, we're doing a segue.
That's how kind of we segue.
Yeah. So every week
segues.
we ask the guest if they have any topics, and we kind of build the show, the topics around that guest. And Arrow has been saying, trying to be someone that you're not, just to be the perfect person that people expect you to be, heavy no flaws, full supporters of all groups, no hate, 100% happy, no self-opinion, just whatever is popular. And sometimes you feel like everyone has expectations that maybe are not who you are. Expectations, I expect nothing but comfy vibes. I love that approach, and I love the community that I build with people who praise each other and expect this really comfy, but sometimes, especially with previous communities, yeah. Arrow, you go. You explain what you.
You see these words like everyone is a comfy VTuber, everyone is a chaotic VTuber. Like, it's such a generalized word because they are the popular words. Everyone is full ally of every community there is out there. Nobody's against anything. Your opinion is always the same because it's the trending opinion. If you decide to have a different opinion, you're screwed because you're going to get hate on you just because you don't have the same opinion as everyone else. It's like, this is so consuming for your mental health. Like, it looks like there's only one way that you can be. And if you are not that way, you failed. And if you failed, you need to be cancelled immediately. Like, people can just like, I don't like you, bye. I don't want to interact with you. Then, okay, that's like the perfect ideal solution. I don't like you, we don't talk. Good. But no, they go out of their way to make your life harder just because they don't think the same way as you. Like, why would you do it? Like,
why is it necessary?
Like the whole show that I had the best of intentions. Like, yeah, it was for clout as well, and I'm not gonna lie. But the best of intentions was to get to the VTuber community to know each other better. Because let's be honest, a lot of people on Twitter are trying to get to know each other, but you don't really get to know each other on Twitter. You need like some kind of interaction. And the whole show was good for that. Like, people that never interacted before starting to get to know each other and started really making new friendships. And a lot of people met on my show and made new friendships and even relationships, like love relationships they got to know from my show. But people instead only focusing on the bad stuff that is like, you are trying to manipulate this, you choose who is the main character, I've been there since the beginning and I've never been the main character, and I'm like, dude, I have
a question about that.
Every week. I can only choose one main character.
How many episodes did Collab Betray have? Or how many?
17, I think. 16
so
or 17.
How many people were there in total? New people? Like 50?
I'll say over at least 50.
So
probably 70.
Out of those, how many people, if you look statistically, rough numbers, how many people did those complaints that you said? Is it 1, 2, 3 people, or is it all of them? Or is it
at least vocally around 4 people, but I'm pretty sure there is more people that never vocalize because they are in the same group, as you know.
Yeah.
And they also disappear and stop supporting me and stuff like that. But then that's hard to guess. Did they stop supporting me because they don't enjoy the content? Or was it because of the drama?
We talked about this, I think, in one of the Zero Escape streams, that there's many people who collab with you and give you the... At least to me, I collab with more than 250 people. And in many of them, I got the feeling like they enjoy the collab and we're going to collab a lot more. I remember one person who we played D&D one-on-one, and they laughed non-stop and said, oh my god, this is so genius, oh my, this is so smart. They saw the characters in VTube High, they enjoyed it so much, they loved everything about it. And then after the stream, they were like, listen, I feel really uncomfortable, can you unpublish the VOD? And they never spoke to me again. And
people are trying to be like a perfect person. Why? Just be honest with yourself.
Yeah.
I really
feel like... Trying to be energetic and everything is good, everything is perfect, and then behind yours back, they try to attack you and cancel you and
it's not
make
all
drama.
People. It's only a few people because...
I know. Some people are actually just... They don't like you and just move on. And that's the perfect solution.
Yeah, exactly. But some people, you bother them so much that they cannot move on. So yesterday, 2 days ago, I posted a meme that was in really bad taste. It was a meme against vTweeters. Whoever saw that. It was a bad meme. I deleted it.
Yeah, I saw.
It was kind of disgusting meme. It was kind of me venting against vTweeters because I felt like there's some people that promised to debut, and I've been following them for more than a year, like almost a year, and nothing. They never debut. They don't have anything, and they can complain as much as they want, but they're not making video content. But they call themselves VTubers. That really bothered me. And when you bash a community like vTweeters, then they're gonna bash you back. And there was one person who quote retweet and said something like, "This is the third toxic meme from that person. I am going to block them." They didn't block me, by the way. They just called out to block me. But it's one of those things. You don't like my content, block me, move away. Why?
Yeah.
Does it bother
Go
you
out of their
so
way
much?
to try to cancel you and stop you and like there is different communities for everything. You don't like it, there is other communities that are going to like it. Like, why everyone needs to be doing the same thing?
So we got hydrate and stretch.
I also wonder if it's because, like, when they see your model, when they see your character, they already have something they have an opinion already, and so they want to keep the opinion, they want to keep what they think is perfect in their mind, and so they paint the picture of what they think is the perfect version of you. But then when they don't see that, then they're just kind of like, no, I don't like this streamer anymore because it's not my ideal version of them.
This is something that I mean, when I chose collab partners at in my first streams, I naturally went with the appearance of the person. I see a model that's interesting or looks cute, so I wanted to collab with them. And if I see the model that's, let's say, a scammed model or looks very bad, I don't want to collab with the person. That's really
that makes sense.
cheap.
That's the first opinion that you have of someone.
Yeah, exactly. And I never thought that people would do that on me until I had my human form. And I remember losing a few followers, some people that followed me for a while after my human form. It really caught me off guard. Like, why? And I thought maybe people don't like the tongues, the teeth, the appearance. Maybe it's
It was because it was more unique, I guess.
I really have no idea. Maybe they wanted the dice and now it's not the dice. Maybe they got confused. They didn't know who that person is. It also happens. Sometimes people rebrand and you just don't know who that person is now. But it's really, some people have these expectations from your model.
It's very interesting.
How do you deal with with the expectations?
That's the thing. So far, you guys are the logical arrow. But the emotional arrow cannot deal with it. That's why I'm on a hiatus since December. Like, I've been returning here and there. I even did a debut, but I cannot fully return because this stuff really bothers me a lot. It's not that group in the past specifically, it's the whole idea that it's not just them, it's everywhere. And every time I see it happening to one of my friends, like if I see Mimic getting in a drama right now, it's going to bother me and it's going to be like, why should I even bother returning if there is drama all the time? I just want to relax. If people don't like it, good enough, just move on. But they go out of their way to make your life harder for some reason.
And at that point, I feel like it's just them trying to get clout.
It is. That's the thing. And it's easy. They actually get a lot of interactions because of it. It's like, it's the trending content nowadays. Drama. There was even a video that I saw recently that people are making fun out of it, where they asked ChatGPT how to grow very fast, not looking at morals or anything. And the solution that ChatGPT gave was find a relationship, stay in that relation for 3 months, and then try to cancel each other.
No.
And it actually gets numbers.
Oh my gosh.
But why would you do that? Like, can't people just be normal people and decent
On Twitter?
people?
Normal? I
guess normal is being toxic nowadays.
Twitter is
we are the exceptions.
Is a playground for narcissistic people who naturally think about themselves.
But even
and numbers.
Twitch itself,
Twitch?
like instead of trying to compete against each other and be like the better creator or stuff like that, they try to eliminate completely the other person. Like, if I eliminate them, I don't have to compete in the first place. 5-head.
In Twitch, I get the feeling like this is my private room. And nobody can attack me here. If someone attacks me, they just get blocked by the army of mods. But on Twitter, it really feels like it's public. You say something, and there's no way to delete that. and you can delete other people's comments, and it's always gonna be there forever to everyone to see and to mock you.
And even people that have bad intentions, they try to act nice to you just to get a screenshot out of you and make it public.
Lawless
Like,
wastelands, exactly.
DMs.
Twitter is lawless wastelands.
Yeah.
Makes me wonder, why do you even use Twitter? Well, I see some friend, like my VTuber sister from the same mama, Skull's Nightshade. She has like 20,000 followers on Twitch and almost none on Twitter. And I see a lot of people like that who have massive growth on Twitch and they don't care about Twitter. Maybe that's the right approach.
Yeah, I only focus on Twitter just to get the 4 digits, 1K followers, and after that I stopped caring about the followers on Twitter. I thought like if I reach 4 digits, people are going to take me more seriously than an account that has like 50 followers or something like that. So I was like, well, I'll focus on Twitter until I have 1K followers, and then after that, it's just maintenance mode.
Yeah, but then you see all of those followers with like 20,000 followers and 20,000 following, and like...
Yeah, that's also very weird. Because people actually look at you and be like, ooh, this person has 20k followers, and then they forget they have like 50k following.
Yeah. Next,
really obvious why did they reach that numbers? And the followers themselves doesn't mean anything.
Yeah. Next, go.
Yeah. Cause like I'm the same way. Like I think like once I hit like 1,000 on Twitter, like I just stopped like really like making things. So it's just like the number is fine. Like I don't need to do anything to the number. So kind of like Arrow, how you said like once you hit like those 4 digits, like you just stop.
Yeah,
and
just
I definitely agree. Yeah.
It's just maintenance mode after that, just the normal stuff. It's just to have a community, and now they don't really focus like trying to grow. I rather use that time to grow on Twitch than Twitter. Because I don't really want to be a Twitter VTuber.
And like I feel like Mimic, you've mentioned this before. It's like a lot of people they don't think about how to transfer the number from
Twitter to
Twitch. Because they think that like one platform is better than the other. But in actuality, what really matters is the number on Twitch and not the number on Twitter.
It's very easy to explain why they like Twitter more, because it's all about dopamine. And bigger numbers, bigger dopamine. And it's much easier to grow on Twitter than on Twitch. The thing is, your growth on Twitter is pretty much pointless. It's just numbers. That's it. There is no translation to anything, not even money. If you are looking for money, or like, it's completely pointless. I see a lot of people with thousands of followers on Twitter and like 0.1 views. People should just focus on Twitch if they really want to make streaming as a thing, because the Twitter is not going to help on that.
And sadly, like that's things that people don't think about too. Unfortunately.
But nowadays, and that's on everything, even like maybe it's not really our thing because our community's culture is not exactly that. But if you look like at social media like Instagram and stuff like that, people are all about the likes and stuff like that. They don't really translate into anything, but bigger likes, better person. That's what they think. And it's very easy to get addictive to it. And it's always, I think it's the same. The best way to translate it to a streamer language is the viewers. Now, for example, you just start streaming, you will reach 10 viewers, and they are very happy 10 viewers. Then later, you manage to reach 20 viewers average. And if you get 10 viewers, you're going to feel like 10 is very small, even though in the past, 10 was very good for you.
Yeah.
And now you reach 50 and 20 feels like nothing. You get sad every time you get 20. And
it keeps bigger than yours, is that right? Yeah, exactly.
You always went bigger and bigger and bigger.
I always remember when I was small, like 200 followers. I looked at the people with 5,000 followers. They looked like gods. They look so big. And when someone goes to my Twitter and see 8,000 followers, they might think, oh my god, that's a professional streamer. He's been doing that for a long time. And That's like the first. Now you're a god. Welcome, Mr. Tisman. That's really the first impression that you want, so people check you out, and then from then it's your voice and your activities and so on. It's like a great book cover. Also the new changes to Twitter Blue and so on. I really felt the blow. I felt a big blow to everything. I need the only things that will trend from here now are horrible, disgusting memes that will bother people, annoy people. I don't want to do those. It's really hard, really easy. You just say, "Hey, that group, they suck." Immediately you trend.
Do you know Keemstar?
Yeah, he's doing that, and I hate it. I hate it so much.
Everyone hates him, but he's popular.
Everybody's talking about him.
Like, is that's probably the best way to grow? Just make drama.
Yeah, but I don't want to do that.
That's so bad.
That's bad for mental health.
That's terrible for mental health.
Mm-hmm.
For you and for the people that are affected by it.
Yesterday, even after I deleted that meme, I felt so bad the whole day. And then it was a friend of mine who asked me, "Mimic, what was with that tweet? It looked really bad." In a DM, and I'm thinking to myself, "Come on, man! I just deleted it. Can't you like understand it was bad? I know it's bad. Sometimes we post stupid things, and we just don't think. You can't analyze every meme before you post and imagine how it's going to transfer to people. Are they going to understand them what you've done or not? Same with the thing with expectations. Everyone has expectation from you, and you do your best.
I'm even going to say something that maybe is bit too strong, very extreme, but it does happen. And if I at least can convince one of you in the chat or viewers or whatever to change your ways, if you are one of these people, is remember that stuff you say and do is going to affect someone else. And that person might be in the very limit of themselves. I've seen people suiciding themselves. Like the suicide themselves is kind of weird.
Kill himself, suicide. Hurt themselves.
Yeah, because they just cannot deal with it anymore because of what people say to them. Like, for you it might not mean anything, but that person might be in their limit, and their space is like the safe space that they have, and the moment when you try to ruin their safe space, they are done. So be very careful of what you guys say and do, because you never know when it's the limit of that person.
The pen is sharper than the sword.
And
I'll kind of say the opposite. We're not babysitters, and we're not expected to know every trigger of other person and know what's insulting, what's borderline not good for that person. Do you. But if you don't like something that someone said on the internet, you don't have to invest your energy in arguing with them. Sometimes the best thing to do is just leave them alone. It's like, think that you're driving a car and there's someone crazy on the road. It goes sideways. You're not going to
sideways as well.
Yeah,
hey, dude, why are you going sideways?
You're gonna go next to him and open the window. Hey, dude, stop going sideways. It's bad for you. No, just move on. Let the police deal with them. It's not your job to wipe other people's butts. I remember when I was younger, we were driving home after a road trip with my parents, and it's like we have 3 kids in the back seat and my parents in the front, and then there was this guy who was driving in towards us and almost running into us. He did like this weird wiggle and then moved on with the car. And my mom is like, "Man, this guy's drunk." And my dad, "We have to tell him." And I'm like, "No, you don't. Go home." And my dad actually turned around. I don't think my parents had fun. He actually turned around and he drove after that person in order to tell him that he shouldn't drive. And I'm thinking to myself, my God, put me down. Just let me go out. I'll walk home.
Like, people have good intentions, but
you're not a Power Ranger. That's a superhero syndrome. Who told me that yesterday? Someone in chat? Or was it in the collab? Who told me that yesterday? Oh no, a friend told me. I think. I don't remember. Maybe it was Alnichi. I don't remember. The hero syndrome. The people think they're a superhero and they have to do something to save the day. It's their responsibility. It's not. It's not. If I write something you don't like, move on. It's not yours to. It's not for you. If I stream something you don't like, it's not for you. If you have a problem with me, there's the block button. You don't have to fix me. I'm not broken.
Yeah, that's something that Mimic keeps saying to me. Like, because, like I said, I'm still on hiatus. It a few streams here and there in the middle. But I cannot return because of everything that was bothering me. And Mimic only says, just block him. And I'm like, I don't mind blocking that person. The problem is everything else that he's going to involve me into. Like, if just blocking the person will eliminate that person and be done with it, would be lovely. But then, and Mimic also had to deal with the same people, and he knows what happened. They are going to involve other people. They are going to be like, hey, don't collab with Mimic because of this and this. And why?
So I really thought that this
and
would
you cannot
happen.
really stop it.
I really thought that people would chase me, people would cancel me, people would do that. But then I look back, man, I was 200 followers. I'm 8,000 now. Who gives a shit? And I left that group completely. I did not interact with anyone. I unfollowed almost everyone in that group. I just completely disconnected myself from them. And I felt so
I don't
good.
mind like random people leaving me, but
you know what happened?
I'm just afraid that it reached the inner circle. It starts damaging the inner circle.
What happened is that some people from that group, the people that I cared about, actually left that group and came to me. They came to me for collabs. And now I'm collabing again with people that I didn't collab with in a few months. And it feels great. It feels like you're appreciated. So what I'm saying, let go. And the people who don't care about you, the people who hate you, probably will leave you alone and they won't spend all that energy about you. You're not that important. In their mind, in your mind, it's still a storm. In their mind, it's already over. They already moved to bother the next person.
Did they do? Didn't like a certain person that you heard recently that they are still talking bad about you and trying to convince other people to not collab with you and stuff?
But do they still do that? I don't know. It's my assumption, but maybe they don't. They have lives.
Maybe
people
they
have
don't.
lives. I'm sure that they're not. I've been thinking, what if they tell other people about me? What if that person doesn't want to collab with you because X went and behind my back and told them, don't collab with Mimic? I collab with more than 250 people and nobody told me? You really think nobody would tell me about this? Nobody would. Nix wouldn't come to me after stream and say, hey Mimic, who's that person who's been talking bad about you? It's in my head. It's actually only in my head. There's no way, rationally.
Maybe.
I will collab with 250 people and nobody would tell me that. There's no way. It's Twitter.
It's actually very interesting that you mentioned that because I actually had a very similar situation a couple of days ago.
Tell us.
Where someone came to me and they said like, hey, is there something going on between X streamer and Y streamer? And I told them like, no, there's nothing going on. That's just how they are. Because you have people who care, and so they reach out to you, whether they're a viewer, whether they're another streamer. Like they'll tell you like, hey, I think like, is there something going on, or is this person saying something about you that's true or not true? But the people who, if there's something going on, someone's gonna say something, or if your chat notices something, like they'll tell the difference. But if it's something that's just like going on in your head and no one has ever mentioned anything to you, then chances are it's just something that you might be overthinking it. But people will mention things to you.
Maybe. I know that these people are still, a few of them, close to each other. And I know they talk. Like,
we talk, so
very
they talk,
easy.
most likely.
So it bothers me that they just cannot live. And I don't feel even like I did anything wrong. Like I feel like I'm a villain. I don't even know what I did, to be honest.
But if you don't know I think you told me that, Arrow. If you don't know what you've done, and a person that
probably haven't done anything wrong.
Yeah, a person who's been offended by you.
But they still hate. They never told me exactly why they hate me.
Let's say someone hates you, but they never tell you why. Maybe there's no reason. Maybe they hate you for they themselves don't know why.
I think it's the closure. It's very hard to move on without closure. Like, I feel like I need to know, I need to talk to them to understand what happened, why all of this drama.
So
and I'll never get the closure because then they'll never answer me.
Here's a thing that happened to a friend of mine. Okay, it happened to me in the last few months. It's a span of like 10 months now that I've been a streamer. There were more than 3 times that I met a girl in streaming, and we started getting closer, streaming like a weekly basis thingy. And that girl had a friend who was a really close friend of hers, a guy friend, who's been friends of hers for a few years. And now, like a childhood friend. And you might say, oh, I know who they're talking about. But no, this happens like 5 times with different people. It's actually surprising how common that is. And in all of those cases, at one point, I felt like the guy friend is trying to get me out of there because I took his friend. And in many of the time, it's my guess, right? Could be wrong. It's my guess that the guy friend has feelings towards this, the female friend, and I feel like maybe I was a threat. So you never know really why, and it's only my guess. It happens so many times. I don't know why. Sometimes people don't like you for really random reasons. You're not vibing with them.
They'll even be jealously as well, I guess.
Yeah, you took their friend. Like, you saying something they don't like. They hate your accent. They hate your face. I have a friend who doesn't like me doing face reveals. They actually hate me doing face reveals. They say that vTuber shouldn't do that, and it ruins the immersion in a bad way. And they cannot collab with me because of that.
But it's your choice. It's not theirs.
Yeah, but it's still kind of.
But that's the thing. So, like I said, it feels like there is 2 arrows. One, the logical one that makes completely sense, and I even say it myself, just move on. And then there's the emotional one that literally cannot. It's like I'm stuck. And I really don't know. Like, everything makes perfectly sense, but now, okay, then just go stream. I don't want to drama. I keep like repeating, I don't want to drama anymore. Did you just say that it makes sense to move on? There is nothing to worry about? Yeah, but, you know.
You can't move on if there's something that you worry about.
It always goes back full circle. It's like, my biggest fear is ruining the inner circle because of drama. And then the logical side is like, it's not going to cause drama because of this and this of this. And I'm like, oh yeah, that makes sense. But I'm still afraid.
So it's something that multiple people told me in my life. I think Peony, Pichan told me that recently, that if someone is moving on, then it wasn't meant to be. If someone in your inner circle...
It's so easy to say that,
yeah,
but
listen, the people in your inner circle are there for a reason. If one of them just randomly leaves you without telling anything, then they weren't in your inner circle in the first place. People backstab you, they weren't your friends in the first place. That really makes you think that every person could be a traitor, right? Nix could be using me and you for clouds, or I could be using you and Nix for cloud, or you can be using Nix and everyone is a traitor. But this is life. Every person can be your lover, every person can be your traitor. Just how it is. Do your best with the things you get. You go to the road. Some people drive straight, some people go juggle to the sides.
But sometimes it's not even like the person itself is going to betray. It's just like, imagine that me and you, Mimic, we have always drama. Now there was the drama in the past, now there is another one, and then if it's going to be another one, even if you are okay with each other, it's like, I associate Mimic with drama by now.
Yeah, but actually
and that's not healthy.
To everyone, that in the last, I think, 4 months, we're pretty clean. We're just completely dramaless.
It was only that big drama and that's it.
Yeah, we had like
but
2 small dramas,
like,
1 big drama, and
but I'm doing an hiatus, so if I'm trying my best to avoid drama, but that also means that I'm not doing anything at all.
Yeah, but we still talk.
What
we still
by
interact.
the time that I do shows again, there is another drama again?
Well, that will always happen.
Like, things with me and you right now are good, but what if I involve you into another drama?
But I think they're good because
even though we are good at each other.
I think that things are between us are good right now because we both kind of grew up from being children.
But that's like I said, I'm also not doing anything. What if I start putting myself out there more?
That's a big question. That's a risk that you take in life.
Yeah.
So maybe I should just not put myself out there, so there is no drama.
Nix, in a way, is also
That's the
been
way I
dealing
see
with
it.
some bad people and might be thinking the same, right?
Mm-hmm.
Or if you
Yeah.
come back and you meet the bad people again.
Yeah, it's like it feels safe right now. Why should I ruin the safety? But at the same time, I want to do the stuff that I like. I like streaming. I like doing my shows.
I have an answer for that.
But what if I start involving everyone on drama again?
How to deal with
because
expectations.
Because that's what happened last time.
Which leads us to the next topic, which is how to, a kind of similar topic, how to deal with fake supporters. And I think my main answer for both of them is flood yourself with other people. The way I dealt with any drama I was involved in, just so everybody knows, when we say drama, we mean like 2 people, 3 people arguing with each other, not something big. It never went to Twitter or something.
Fight.
Yeah,
it was really small, really insignificant. But when you're involved in something like that, for you, it's everything. And my solution was, after calming down, watching all the YouTube videos on how to deal with betrayal, my solution was to flood myself with other people. And right now, what I'm doing is, I'm doing this weekly podcast with Nix. And then Thursdays evening, I have a weekly D&D session with 6 girls that are kind of my inner circle now, because I know them very well. We talked a lot. We did face cams in a way, we've seen each other. We know a lot of personal stuff about each other, and I feel more connected to them. They kind of feel like family in a way. So I feel like these are people that are not going to betray me one day. But if they do, there's more people. I just go back and collab with other people. I can find new people to collab with. And some people you collab with are not what you've been looking for. So you find new people to collab with. And that's a circle that's a spiral that keeps going.
It's an endless circle. You find people, you lose people.
Yeah.
And I think what you get from it is like you lose people who are important to you, but then you gain new people who actually want to be there for you. And like in the end, like they also might leave one day. But then if they leave, that means someone else is going to come back in as well.
Exactly.
That's because I also have been in the Twitch thing for like 3 years now. And I'm tired. That's something that I keep saying to Mimic. I'm tired of him making new inner circle.
Yeah,
like
my
inner circle changed so many times by now.
But you did a big
I
change.
just want a constant thing by now.
You did a big change from the Portuguese community to the global community. So that's one big restart in a way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it was also because of like mini dramas, like the 4 or 5 people thing again. That escalates and starts involving all the inner circle, and then you cannot really look at the inner circle in a good way anymore because everyone is involved in drama, and it does not feel the same. Even though you like the people, I associate them to the drama in the past, and I'm like, I want to move on from.
Yeah.
Even though I know they are good people, it's like,
you know what? I sometimes I can hear my psychologist. My shrink's voice in my head. I've been doing therapy for 6 years, and sometimes there's things like what you said right now. You know, they're good people. My shrink would instantly say, "You know what? They could be bad people as well. They could actually be shitty people. They could be a group of bad people.
Yeah,
it's possible.
They easily could be.
There's
no doubt about that.
I've been heavily bullied in my middle school for a whole year. And today I'm really soft. I'm a softie. I really try to give credit to those kids. I say, no, they had a complicated situation. The parents had a rough time. The principal dealt with stuff. Everyone was dealing with stuff. My psychologist looks at me and says, no, they were just shitty children. Just bad. There's bad children. There's bad
What defines
people.
Also a bad person?
Someone who does something bad to other people.
Everyone is the hero on their own version.
Yeah,
sorry, right?
Exactly.
So maybe we say that this group is bad people, and this group say that we are the bad people. So
most likely.
I don't know.
Let's talk about fake supporters and see where this leads.
Yeah.
So that's another
what
topic.
I meant by the fake supporters It's people that are like, "Hi Mimic, I'm leaving lurk here, supporting you, love, 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 love," and then they just leave the stream. They don't even leave lurk, just to get the attention, you know. So you can lurk back as thankful, but I'm hoping that you don't notice. I don't know. Or, "Hey Mimic, long time no see. I'm going to stream. I'm live right now. Bye."
Anton, no. So
Oh
okay,
my gosh.
so there's a guy who comes almost every day to my stream. Says hi, bye. That's it. Hi, bye.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, and that's really funny to me. 2 weeks ago, I think he said hi, bye, and I was wait, stop before you go. Melody.
Right.
Hey, Raid.
Melody
Perfect
_which
timing.
_vTuber
Hello, Raiders. Welcome to our humble podcast. Ooh, Minecraft. I saw it was trending today. I'm MS Elboim, a D20 Mimic VTuber. We have here my co-host, Nick Oleander, an Elf Mushroom VTuber. And we have Arrow in a nutshell, our guest for today, Dark Light Moon Angel Devil VTuber. We're talking about some spicy VTuber. This is our Nameless VTuber podcast, and our topic right now is how to deal with fake supporters. And I've been telling the story about a guy who comes in my chat almost every day, says hi, bye, and then leaves. So
Is it the same exact person?
yes, this is how he does
Oh.
it. This is, I got used to it.
I also have some few people that are like that.
It's
I
funny to me.
I don't even try to talk to them anymore. I just like, "Hi, X person, bye, X person."
Yeah, he
I
says
just
hi.
accept-
I like hi, bye. Even before he says bye, I'm like already bye. So 2 weeks ago, he says hi, and I'm like, wait. Before you leave, I have a question for you. How do you, as a VTuber, make people stay and listen for a while? Have fun. I can't stick around for being live for 6 hours, kind of dead, need sleep. Thank you, Melody, for
already
joining us.
asked
No,
Thank you,
but
thank
that's a
you.
raider. That's a raider. That's completely different. Thank you, Melody, so much. Thank you for the raid and take care of yourself.
Bye, Melody.
I want to ask the same question to Melody, but no, she's for 6 hours. She needs rest. So I asked that person, wait, how do you make people stay? And then he stayed for like 20 minutes, and we had this
Oh my gosh.
conversation about what is he doing, that he works, that he came to say hi, and I kind of got to know the person. And now every once in a while that he comes in, we actually have a small chat before he leaves. And I thought to myself, you know what? This is getting to know your community. You need to maybe do this kind of interaction with every person. But
Yeah, but
over time, you will see the
that's
big
the
difference between
thing.
people like Anton. Anton is here always, all the time. Wisp is there almost always in my evenings. And they stay for... Alnichi is there. These three, they stay many hours. Arrow is there lurking for many hours. But there are people who come in and say hi. People that just say lurk and they stay there lurking. There are people who say lurk, but they don't lurk. I see the chat
Yeah,
in
that's
the
the
people in the
fake supporters I'm
chat.
talking
Yeah,
about.
people who say lurk, but they don't actually like. Sorry, I replied to your question before I go. See, it works. To be honest, about streaming in peak hours plus directly addressing every chatter who comments and making them feel wanted. Melody, you are amazing. Thank you so much. Thank you for answering. See that works. Actually directing people and say, hey, what's up with you? I'm gonna follow Melody right now.
Let's follow. I am follow Melody as well.
Yes, follow her.
Yay!
We're gonna check you out after the stream. And good night. Drink water.
Good night. Good night.
Good night.
See, it works. It does work. And if I would continue, Melody would most likely stay for a few more minutes, because I directly am having a conversation with her. But
Yeah.
there are people. That's the worst, right? There's the lurkers who don't really lurk. And then there's the people
It becomes hard.
who talk
That
about their
bothers me a
stream.
lot. I feel like it's not really exposing them, but it's like calling them out. Like, dude, I know you don't lurk. Why you keep saying lurk? Like,
Yeah, it's really just that fake support by that point.
and I know why they do it. So people do it on their stream as well, and actually lurk at the very least. So it's like, oh, I support you, you support me back. The thing is, they don't support. They just fake it.
Maybe they don't know what lurk means.
For example, I lurk and I don't even say anything.
Yeah.
So, there's days that I don't say anything on Mimic, but I'm there since beginning to end.
It's aggressive lurking, Arrow. You don't understand. No, Anthony is doing passive aggressive, active lurking. I love that. Every time there's something lewd in the stream, Anthony is like, I can't deal with this lurk, and he's still there. He's still chatting. he's using the lurk as a funny thing. That I like that. But I've seen recently there was one person specifically who come in and say, "Hey, can't stay here, but I'm gonna lurk." And then 5 minutes later, I see in the chat that they're not there.
Another thing that also happens a lot is if your stream is doing well, like for some reason you have bigger numbers than usually, a lot of your supporters show up. They're like, "Hey, Mimic, long time no see. I've been there lurking and stuff. I've been supporting you." And I'm like, "No, you haven't."
I see what you mean.
So they expect for like a shout or something. Hey, oh yeah, a long time no see. Here's a shout out. Check that person. Like a lot of people fake it. There was one. So when I was a Portuguese streamer, I used to be a bit more aggressive on calling people out. People that will show up on my streams when I started to get big numbers, like 30 viewers and stuff. And they'll be like, "Oh, I've been supporting Arrow since the start and stuff. I'm a long time support." And I'm like, "Watch time this person." And they have like 20 minutes. And I'm like, yeah. So you followed me for 2 years and you have 20 minutes watch time. Yeah, big supporter.
big supporter, for sure.
And then everyone will start laughing on the stream. And then he'll be like, "Oh my God, you exposing me like that." And I'm like, well, if you don't want to get exposed, don't say stuff like that in the first place.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like that personal calling out, but
I don't like it either, but I really want to call them out because I want to let them know that I know that they are not supporting.
I don't care until the point that they're starting to advertise themselves. Saying stuff like, "Hey, like, I'm gonna stream later."
It's not even about the advertising. It's about trying to feel like more special. Like, "Oh, I'm a big supporter since the start. I've been there since forever." Why are you trying to boost yourself like that when it's not true? Stop lying. If I see someone lying, I cannot help but call them out.
And even if it's true, even if they were there from the beginning, does it matter? Do you need to mention, "Yeah, I've been that great supporter. I'm so important. I'm that head mod of I'm their father. I'm their
yeah." And then it's even funny when they try to argument, "Oh yeah, I've been there, Arrow stream Terraria a lot and stuff." Yeah, and I'm like, dude, I streamed Terraria for 1 week in 2 years. That's pretty much all you have seen, nothing else.
Have you ever had someone complain that you never watched their stream?
Yes.
No.
I had one person, they were very toxic. Arrow knows exactly what I'm thinking about. A very dangerous person. And they were in my stream for like 5 minutes. And then they were really annoyed, saying stuff like, "I always watch your stream and you never watch mine." I'm like, I don't even know you. Why would I watch your stream? Or what?
Thanos meme.
What? Who are you?
You should make that a meme, Mimic, with the Thanos.
With the Thanos.
You know which one I'm talking about?
I'll find it.
Just keep talking, I'll find it for you.
You send me.
Oh my gosh.
Uh,
I had a thought, but I forgot it.
We talked about fake supporters, people who say hi and bye, people who talk about themselves in the stream.
This one.
Oh.
For chat contacts as well.
Oh, I don't even know who they are.
More specifically, this one, so you can use it as a template. Wait, did I copy it? No, it did not copy.
I think it's the same one. Yeah, it's the same one.
Yeah.
Also, kind of like going off of all of that, like people who come into chat and then they come in thinking like, "Oh, because I'm talking in your chat, you're going to come over to my stream when I stream next time."
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so here's the thing. I'm one of these people, not like random people, but like people that I consider more friends and stuff, it bothers me sometimes that I've been like supporting them all the time and they don't even go to my streams to say hi. Like, but these are like closer people that I feel like I'm closer to them, and not in a partial way. Like we literally collab together, we literally talk off stream, and then it never shows on my stream, and I'm like, dude, you don't even say hi. It starts to bother me in a way that I feel like stopping supporting him back as well, you know? Because it feels like a one-sided relationship in a way. But that's like for established friendships already. Not like, I'm not going to expect Nix to support me. I lurk sometimes on Nix, and I don't expect it to lurk back because we're not really that close of friends. But people that I'm closer with, it starts to bother me. That they never be there, they don't even say hi. Like, it feels like it literally feels like a one-sided relationship. I think that when you are like closer friends, the support back is actually good. Like, I support you, you support me back. Like a true friendship. I don't know. Maybe I have the definition of friendship wrong.
Ideally,
but I feel like
ideally we watch people because we watch people or follow people because we like their content, not because we expect them to.
Oh no, but I'm not really talking about being active or anything like that. I'm just at the very least a lurk. It's the very bare minimum. It means pretty much nothing to you. It's just literally one tab more, and it can be the difference to start growing up because the more viewers you have, the higher you up in the rows, right? So you reach more people easily. So these tiny numbers actually help a lot.
What's the difference between that and actual buying supporters, buying followers?
So if you are just literally lurking, but you are there, I don't think that's a fake support. You are supporting the way that you can. Let's say it like that. Maybe you don't really like to watch your content, or maybe you are busy because your free time, you don't have that much free time and want to do other stuff than watching streams. That's completely okay. And at very least, you care enough to give a lurk. Now, the fake support is people that try to say to everyone that they support you and they've been there all the time when they are not. Like when people start lying, in my opinion, just to get like clout, shout outs.
Yeah. Because, like, I definitely agree. Like, if you're close with someone and you're not, like, supporting them, like, it's questionable. But, like, kind of like, Arrow, you and I, like, we don't know each other that well.
Yeah,
I think this is the first time I'm actually...
from you.
I think this is the first time I'm actually talking with you.
Yeah, other than chat, I guess.
Yeah, other than chat. Like, I actually... Like, the first time I think, like, I saw you stream, like, I saw your tweet on Twitter, and so, like, you know, I'll stop by and buy. I'll see for a little bit what's going on. But I think, like, after that, like, there was no expectation of either one of us to be in each other's chat.
Yeah. Some people really get parasocial. Like, some people are like, oh my god, I lurked one time on you, you have to lurk 10 times on me now.
Yeah. It's so interesting.
Or people that feel like you're best friends forever now because you lurk once or something like that. And that's happens a lot where I'm like, I have talks here on Discord. That's why I put myself on offline. So since I'm offline, I don't get spam as much. But I used to get people say hello to me every morning and stuff. And I'm like, dude, I'm not interested in talking to you. Like, it sounds so mean saying that. But I'm not really looking to new friends or anything. Like, if it happens, it happens. I'm not going to force new friendships just because I need friends or something like that. I don't need friends at the moment. I'm good in my inner circle. Like, if for some reason me and X now start talking and be friends, that's completely okay because it's just happened naturally.
Yeah.
Now, people trying to force a friendship, it feels so weird. Like, hello, good morning. Hello, good morning. Oh, I've been talking to you for 1 month in a row. why are we not friends yet? I'm like, I'm not interested.
Nix, did you have those hello? We talk about these parasites in a way. The hello people. Hello, hi, how are you?
I have a couple of people who come in and they say hi, hello, and then they leave. But it's always like they come in for a few minutes and then they leave. But then they come every maybe 5 or 10 streams. It's not like every single stream. Whereas like the people who are like the constant viewers, they'll say hi, but then they'll lurk the whole time. Or
What
there'll
about
be people.
DMs?
Oh, DMs?
Yeah, because I was talking about DMs. I don't really care about the streaming chat. It's the DMs. People go out of their way to DM me to try to be friends. And I appreciate like the thought that they want to be friends with me. I'm just not interested in making new friends.
I appreciate the effort. I do have some people who do that. I do. But really I think the way that they do it, I feel like it's more of they want the attention that they can't get from other people.
Maybe.
And so like I'll have people who will send me DMs and it will basically be like just like checking in, seeing how I'm doing, what I'm up to, and then it will end. But it's not really a conversation. It's give me this short momentary attention and I'll be on my way.
Yeah, like if it is just a short thing, so that's the thing. That's another thing. If people just go to me and just say hello or stuff like that, I'm probably never going to answer. If you are going to DM me, just go to the point. Why are you DMing me? If it is just for small talk, maybe if you are honest and just say it's just for talk, then I'm probably okay with it. But the idea of what does this person want? Why don't you just say it immediately?
I feel like and I think that also has to do with how well they know you. They think that they have to get to know you first before they can even ask you for anything that they want.
Maybe, but I feel like that's not the reality of being social nowadays. Like they probably like don't have the social skills. Like it's so bad starting a conversation with just hello. Like I can say hello back, but it's going to be so awkward. Like hello. Like what do you want? Why did you meet me? Why did you decide to interact with me out of nowhere? I rather things to grow up naturally. Like me and Anthony, I'm not going to say that we're really like close friends or anything, but I kind of let Anthony in my life in a way because I'm used to Anthony. We talk on Mimic's chat and here and there, he on my stream, stuff like that. So I already consider Anthony part of my circle. Maybe not the inner circle, but it's part of my circle. And it didn't force anything. It just happened naturally. Mm-hmm. And that's the way the things should do. It was not trying to force me into being friends or anything.
Pei-chan, we were just talking about you.
Hello, welcome in.
Hey, Peony.
And we definitely didn't say bad things, right?
Yeah, I said that the Peony sucks, but other than that...
Yesterday night I go to a Peony stream at the middle of the night, and she's like, Mimiku, we're just talking about you. And the other streamer is like, yeah, we did. And she's like, but we didn't say anything bad. And that's a genius way to make me want to watch the whole stream now. See what they said about me.
Who's that question for, Peony?
We've been knowing each other for a while. How come we're still not friends? Please answer me.
Yeah, who is that too?
All of us? You need to be friends with all of us now.
She's quoting other people, what they say.
No.
I think she's quoting.
Or maybe
but yeah, that's actually a thing. People expect being friends, and they're like, oh my god, I'm never going to talk to you because you never came to check on me for like over a week. And I'm like, was I supposed to check on you because there was been a week? Like for some people, they are doing their best to not talk to you, so they see how long it takes for you to answer back, and you don't even, you completely forgot about that person. They're like, What? Was I supposed to say something?
I think a thing we deal this in this community is that many people don't understand that we have lives, and people have lives outside of streaming. They see you in a few hours that you stream, and they think this is everything you do the whole day. But you have friends, you have family, you have other things you do in your day. And if you're not updating on what you do on Twitter, people might assume that you're just sitting there playing a game, waiting for your next stream. That you have time to interact with them.
Or maybe they think you're just in T-pose, idle. You're just in T-pose until the next stream.
Idle in T-pose.
I don't know, maybe they think that's what happens. That you don't exist until the stream starts.
The big question, how do you deal with fake supporters? I think
it's not the suggestion that I would like to give, but I just exposed them.
I don't want to expose them because I might be wrong, you know. Maybe
it's clearly not the correct choice, but that's what I do because I can't help it.
But I would love to say something like, please don't send me random messages unless you have something important to say, or please don't advertise yourself in my stream, or please this, please that. And then again, I don't want to put people on the spot. It's like, it looks bad as a streamer.
It does look bad, but at the same time, it feels like going on their lies and stuff like that. It feels like they are playing you dumb, and I think they are not respecting you. They are literally lying in your face and stuff, and you are just accepting it like nothing. And I feel like it might not look good, and it might not be the best thing, but at least you are putting your boundaries out there. You are like, dude, stop doing this because I don't appreciate it that you lie in my face. I cannot help it, but tell you that I literally know that you're not doing what you're telling that you're doing.
Yeah. How do you guys feel about people who will do those DMs and then you don't answer them, but then when you're streaming, they'll come to your chat and they'll ask, "Oh, did you see my DM?"
See my DM.
Yeah.
But then you know
I
that
feel
DM
so
is just
bad
asking.
Every time people do that.
So a long time
you
ago.
You know that DM is like just a hi or hello, but then they'll say like, "Did you see it?"
Yeah, it's just a hello or a meme or even an emote, like a random emote.
A long time ago, there was this there was this vTuber that I talked with on Twitter, in comments, not even DMs. We just commented each other, and they were really interested. She was really interested in D&D in a way. We kind of did a D&D improv in comments. I said like, "You're in a forest, what do you do?" And she said, "Oh, I do this." And I said, "Oh, you find this, what do you do?" And it was like 20 comments. We were going on for like 3 days. And then I asked in public, you know, I tweeted, "Oh, I want to do D&D with this and that person, my dream group." And she liked that comment. And if she likes that comment, I assumed, you know, maybe she wants to play D&D. So I went to her DMs and asked if she wants to play D&D, but she didn't answer. So I thought maybe she didn't see it, you know. Some people don't see DMs because they're flooded with DMs. So I went to her Discord and asked her in a DM in Discord, "Do you want to play D&D?" And she didn't answer, so I thought maybe she didn't see that. So
that's already too much.
That is already too much.
At that point, I already gave up.
Yeah, that's way too much, because the next thing,
platforms, if you're not active in either, well,
yeah, that. So the next thing I did, which pretty bad. I joined her Discord, streamer Discord. And because I know some people would tell me, "Hey, I don't see DMs, join my Discord." And I was like, "You want me to join your Discord? Come on. Get into my community, start befriending with people," and so on. So that was many months ago. I went to the Discord, and there was someone I know there. And that someone was like, "Hey, Mimic, what are you doing here?" And I'm like, "Oh, I'm here to recruit X to D&D." And the instant I did that, I was blocked from all of her platforms. Discord, Twitter, Twitch, blocked from all of them in like the span of a few minutes. And I figured something. That person saw all of my messages. She was completely not interested in D&D, but she wouldn't tell me that.
Yeah. It's like people feel bad saying what they feel like, but they don't feel bad blocking someone. I think blocking someone is even worse.
Yeah, and she didn't understand. She's leading me on to believe that she does want to play D&D, but at the same time, she was kind of playful, but didn't really want to play D&D. And I was like, then why do you answer? Why do you like that poll? And then she removed the like from that message.
Like, I feel like I'm very cold on these things because I literally say that I'm not interested, and sometimes I feel like I'm a bad person. But I really want to keep doing this where I just say whatever I feel like. I feel like people need to start saying what they feel like more often. Like, I get a lot of people going to my stream and being like, hey, Erdo, we need to collab and stuff. And I'm like, no. I really don't want to collabs. Like, I have only very specific people that I collab with. And I don't want to feel more collabs because it consumes a lot of me mental wise.
Yeah, it's
Like,
not easy.
if anything, I'm trying to stop collabs. So no, I'm not interested in collabs. It might happen. It's a few people, so don't be like, oh, but you're collabing with this and this person. But these are specific people that I'm okay with collabing. Because it's just like, it's like maybe 2-3 people that I'm okay with, and I don't want to put more than this.
Do you ever
because
feel
I
like
want my free time and my energy for collabing to be for these people.
you too? Do you ever feel like you are leading? 'Cause I've been definitely feeling like I've been led on by some VTubers. Do you ever feel like you've been leading on other people, other viewers?
I used to think that in the past. That's why I'm changing drastically. I think people find like I'm rude because of that stuff, where I'm just direct and saying that I'm not interested. But I think it's much better than leading on. At least you are direct about it.
Because sometimes you want to be nice to the person, not insult them. So you say,
I know,
not
but
right
that
now.
goes back to the expectations topic, where you're trying to be a perfect person. And I'm gonna say there is nothing wrong with being someone that declines anyone. Like, is it bad that you say no? I don't think it is.
No, it's actually good saying no.
Yeah. People would rather be awkward and stuff just to say no to no. Like, yes, I guess we can collab, even though I don't really want to collab with you. I'll do my best. Why going for that? That's not going to be pleasant for you and not the other person, because they know that you're not having fun either. Just say no.
Maybe sometimes people want to leave the door open, you know? I don't want to say no because maybe one day I will want to collab with that person.
Yeah.
Yeah, like for me, if you want to collab, you have better chance by getting closer to me first. And by closer, I mean not force it on DMs. Like, naturally let it happen. Like, interact here on my stream or interact on other friends' comments that we have on chat and stuff like that. And we get to know each other like that. And then one day we'll be like, oh yeah, we should collab, we should do this. It takes like, it's a slow process. And I know that maybe it's too much work for some people, that they just want to like, dude, I just want to collab, I don't want to be friends. And I'm like, okay, that's completely fair. Go collab with other people then.
Yeah, that's
because
the problem.
I don't collab with friends.
Long journey of getting a new collab. Oh, we're gonna be friends. I'm gonna slowly get into your streams every day. I'm gonna watch you.
Yeah.
We're gonna get friends. I stream myself. I don't have time to start
Yeah, and
watching.
that's completely valid. Well, we just don't work out together. Go collab with other people. I collab only with people from my inner circle. If you're not interested in working to be part of my inner circle, then go collab with other people.
What kind of collab
Yeah,
is that? If you need to build, like Nyx, for example, she wanted to collab with me. She asked me, Mimic, do you want to collab? I said yes. We collab. This is how it's supposed to be.
This is how it's supposed to be.
We're both busy people. We're not supposed to get slowly to know each other for a span of a few months, before we collab.
Yeah, but that's the thing. Like, my free time is pretty much null, and I rather have my solo streams than collabing with people, because I feel like I barely have time to do my solo streams, and I need to do more solo streams to talk to my community and be there for them. And if I use all my free time to collab to everyone that wants to collab with me, I'm never going to do a solo stream anymore. Because there is always people wanting to collab. So the way that I chose this is put a filter. I just literally don't have time to collab with everyone that is out there. So the filter that I have chosen is the inner circle. I rather collab with Mimic 10 times than collabing with 10 random people.
And if I heard correctly before, Arrow, do you only collab with Mimic?
No,
Yes.
I also collab. Mimic is the person that I collab the most. Let's be honest, because Mimic is like very pushy. He forces me. He's like, Arrow, it's time for a weekly collab. When it's next week, and I'm like, fine, let's do it Thursday or something like that.
Hey,
But
stretchy.
I also collab with Ibiki here and there, Diana here and there.
Yeah, when was
But
the
these
last
are
time you
like-
collab with Ibiki?
Like 2 months ago.
Wow.
When was your last stream?
My last stream, it was when? Saturday? Last Saturday?
Oh, okay. That's not bad.
Yeah, but I've been streaming like once every 3 weeks lately because of the hiatus thing. I'm trying to return, but I never can fully return.
It's hard. I will say it's hard.
I really am pushy. I'm very pushy. I comment on people, hey, we're gonna collab today. And some people would say yes because they can't say no. And then I reach this weird point where they feel uncomfortable and want to unpublish the VOD because they didn't want to collab in the first place, but they didn't want to reject me. It's like a weird situation. But then there's some people that I feel really comfortable with, like Arrow. I know next to Arrow I can say almost anything. Hibiki, I feel like with Hibiki, Diana, Izu, I can say anything. This is why I collab with these people
Like
more.
we can be our true selves.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, you can be who you want to be.
Yes.
And it's random people I'm never... It feels awkward sometimes, and it feels like we are forcing, and I hate the feeling of forcing.
Mm-hmm.
I don't deal well with forcing interactions. Like, that's why I keep limited to just my inner circle. And I know that some people are like, why do I have to do so much work just to collab with you? And it's pretty much valid. I'm not going to judge you from that. It's just the way that I decided to filter my stuff.
Yeah. I'm going to run to the restroom quickly. Continue.
Okay.
Good luck. That's because of you, Ryu. Look what you've done.
I rather do the show thing where there is a specific day that I collab with like 7 people at the same time and be done with it. And focus on the rest of the week, just focusing on me, solo streams, or collabs with people that I'm closer, like Mimic, Diana, Ibiki.
I completely changed from random collabs to more scheduled collabs. I really like this podcast with Nix every week. We have a guest, but it's me and Nix every week, and with Nix I really feel comfortable because I know that she's a responsible person who put that in her schedule. And even if it's 4 a.m., she will wake up on time and she will do anything and everything so that the stream is online. She will never tell me before the stream, hey Mimic, I don't feel like streaming today. It won't happen. Just Nix, she's just not gonna do it. She's not the person to do that. But then again, there are, in my random collab adventures, there are many people who would cancel a collab an hour before, and they would sometimes have the most creative reasons. But to be honest, many of them just anxious or depressed or lying in bed, or they can't get out of bed and so on. There was one person who actually told me, Mimic, listen, I can't get out of bed. And I said, do you want to just chat off stream? And they said yes, and I got them out of bed. And then we collabed.
Gaslighting, Mimic.
Kind of manipulative, but it was for a good cause.
People say it a lot, like the word gaslighting and manipulating. Is it really manipulating? Like, it's your trying to help them.
It depends on what's... Welcome back. Depends on what your objective is. If your objective is to get something out of it, that's bad. If your objective is to get something good out of it, like when that person specifically...
What if my objective is getting them to feel better?
But you never know what will make them feel better.
I'm already manipulating them to make them feel better.
I know with that person, she told me that she feels bad and she's in bed and she doesn't know how to get out of bed. So I feel like it's a call for help, right? I know I deal with getting out of bed a lot. So I may have something to do to help. But if I really didn't care about the collab itself, I asked her, do you want to cancel the collab? I have 3 backups for every day. I have games here, I have activities. I have 3 backups for every situation. But at that point, I really didn't care. I just wanted for her to feel a bit better. But you can never know who wants to feel better. I think the idea is to never offer help to someone who doesn't ask for help. If someone didn't ask for help, it's not you to choose who is going to.
That's really hard though.
Yeah.
Like sometimes you know,
but you may never know.
Like the knowledge that could help them.
But you never know if it will help
or
them.
like for example, kind of our situation that you already made it kind of public, so I don't care. If I know that there is a person that is talking bad about Mimic on his back, but in front of Mimic, they are like very supportive and everything. I can't help but tell Mimic, this person is not good because of this, and this. And he's like, I don't care. Like, what do you mean? I cannot help but tell him, warn him, be careful of this person.
It's kind of weird, but sometimes I just don't want to know. I'd rather be happy-go-lucky than be worried about what someone might think of me. Listen,
But that's not a might. It's like I have a literally proof. I'm not making theories. Like I'm just talking. Like if you are just a theory, don't talk to me or theories. I don't care about theories.
Yeah.
But if you have literally proof, then yeah. Like if I have a literally proof, I'd rather people tell me. But if it is just theories, I don't need to tell me anything.
How was your bathroom adventure?
It was fine.
Oh, you're here. Okay, I thought you was muted.
No. I'm here. I just been drinking a lot of water.
I blamed Rui when you went. Like, Rui, look what you've done.
But about the collabs, Mimic, by the way, me and you, we have not really been doing the schedule anymore because I feel at the moment, if I force a schedule, it's going to take longer for me to come back. Because every week it's something that is consuming me mentally. I know it's just a collab for some people, but right now I'm trying to organize my shit mental-wise first, and then I return to the schedule things.
I'll lead us to the next topic, which is, I think, a big one for not just VTuber, but everyone out there, which is how to avoid a burnout.
That is a really good one, because I feel like...
I think both of you took a big hiatus recently.
Yes. For many reasons, which I will not disclose. For me, it was just really, I had to figure out my priorities, and streaming at a moment at that time, so a month ago, was not a priority, and there was definitely other things that were much more important that I had to deal with and handle with at the time. And so it was, for me, really just, what is something that I can take a break from and come back to, and there won't be much damage. Whereas other things I could not prevent or stop from happening. And if I had continued to let it go as it did, it would have just gotten a lot worse. And so that's just, you have to take breaks when you know, one, your body or your mind or your health is deteriorating. And so whatever it is you're doing, you need to take a break. Because at the end of the day, what the most important thing is your own mental, emotional, and physical health. And if you can't get that to where you would like it to be, or you are happy it's at, then you need to reevaluate what you're doing. But that's one of the main reasons why I went on a hiatus, is because I would have hit burnout as soon as I woke up.
So it was a measures to avoid a burnout. How do you know that you're going to get a burnout? Because I'm surprised I didn't take a single hiatus in 10 months of streaming. The only break I took, Misana is here. I went to see Misana in France. I took a week in November off streaming. And I lost half my viewers.
Every time that I took an hiatus, Mimic was pretty much because I got in a relationship, kind of.
Yeah.
Like, the first time I started streaming for like 1 year, I also didn't take any hiatus. Then I got into a relationship, and I started feeling like I don't have time to both work full time, be in a relationship, and streaming at the same time, and have free time for me. Like, it was too much. So I kind of forced myself into an hiatus because I was not being handled with it. Then the relationship break apart, and then I was able to return again to the time full time constant streaming. And then I got into another relationship, and I didn't feel like I could keep a constant schedule anymore. It's like, it's hard. Like, when there's variables in your free time, it's very hard to keep constant.
And you have a full-time job.
You can just be like, you can just be like, oh, just schedule like every Thursday and Friday stream then. But then you're like, what if I feel like being that person instead? Like, it's weird trying to put everything at the same time. I feel like my burnout is when I have a lot of stuff going on. And I cannot keep up with everything. Like, if it's just work, just full-time work, I have like 7 hours free after work. That's plenty of time to stream and rest. But when there is so much stuff going on in your little free time and you cannot fit everything, some things you need to give up. Because otherwise you don't give attention to anything in specific.
Yeah, when you have too many things.
Like, if you give like 1 hour for the relationship, 1 hour for the streaming, 1 hour for solo time, 1 hour for exercise, 1 hour for food and shower, like, and it's over, the day is over, and you're like, I feel like I didn't do anything, and I did everything at the same time. Because 1 hour is like not enough for anything. What do you do in 1 hour of streaming? You don't do anything in 1 hour of streaming.
It depends what you do in the stream. Sometimes a small game, 1 hour, 45 minutes, could be very good on YouTube.
Like, it took 1 hour for us to go to the spicy topics.
Yeah, but we know we have a 3-hour show.
It's like 1 hour is just the preparation itself. It's the arm up.
It is a lot of chatting between. I remember when I played Maple Story, the big time spender was talking with people after and before the game, or just chatting with people. That's why I barely chat with people after streams, because I know how much time consuming that can be. And like I said, you have other things that you want to do, special people that you want to talk with, and so on.
Yeah. Sometimes I feel like I should just do the schedule no matter what, even though I'd rather do other stuff. But it feels like I get a hit every time on mental health, and I'm starting streaming for the wrong reasons. And not streaming because I want to. And that's something that I had a rant recently on my stream on Saturday. That I think streaming and gaming together, for me, ruin each other. I felt like I could not play games outside of stream because it was content for stream. And I was forced to stream so I could play games, and I had no time for me. So that's why I'm deciding, even though I would like to share games with you, the community and everything, I'm deciding just to stop streaming games, at least as a main content thing. I'll just focus on shows. And there might be one day or another that I might stream like a specific game for one episode or something like that, just to show you guys. And that's it. It's not going to be the main content anymore. And if I feel like streaming 15 days a game, then I'll stream 15 days a game. But then don't expect me to keep going. I might just not stream any game for like 3 months. The main content is going still to be the shows. It's just whatever I want to stream, whatever I feel like at the moment, and not force. And that's why I'm against schedules. I'm against the whole idea of cannot play games off stream because it's content for stream. I'm trying to stop everything that is forced. Even the collabs themselves with other people, I also want to stop because I don't want to feel forced to anything. Like I said to everyone, you have better chance to collab with me if you just go like, hey, Aaron, do you want to collab now? And I'm there is a better chance for me to say yes that way than be like, hey, Arrow, do you want to collab in Friday? I'm like, then I feel like I'm forced to go Friday. I'm trying to eliminate all the forced stuff and just stream whatever I feel like, whenever I feel like, and return the love of streaming like that. And that helps me the burnout. So just to return to the main topic.
I think when you talk about this hiatus, Ghosto in chat also said that he is on hiatus right now. I never went on hiatus because I know that Arrow, sometimes you disappear from the internet, go to your corners, you recharge the social battery. And I know many people who do that. And then I think of myself, I have the big streams like D&D or Tower Rings or this podcast. And then sometimes I would stream the weirdest games that nobody has ever heard of. Like something from the 90s, a retro game that is kind of my safe corner in a way. I think about this. So maybe, in a way, my hiatus is playing some weird games alone on stream for YouTube. Whoever watches this, watches this.
Maybe the way that you recharge is streaming.
And some people, they do recharge with streaming, and it's very interesting. I know, so I have a very busy life, and I don't get many breaks from it. And so my break from my working life and my school life is actually streaming. And that's how I prevent myself from becoming burned out with IRL tasks. But then there are points where everything just becomes overwhelming. Like the past month for me, everything has just become overwhelming, and I no longer have breaks. I no longer have time. I no longer have time for myself.
Yeah,
and
Nick's
that
saying
was because,
what I said. I
no
think the
longer have time
burnout
for
is
yourself.
the overwhelming feeling.
Yeah, because you just no longer get time for yourself, and you have to really think like, okay, what can I just give up? Or like, what can I take a break from? And that, for me, like, it was streaming with the past month.
The thing is, at least for me, I don't even intentionally give up streaming itself. It's just, imagine there is a priority list, and streaming is on the top of the list, but there's a few other stuff that is also on the top. And the streaming itself never gets the opportunity, even though I want to stream. There's at least three other things that I'm doing first. And I'm like, okay, when I don't have the option A, option B, and option C available, then I stream. Because streaming is like the option D. And that's already pretty high in my list compared to everything else. But the thing is, it looks like I always have the A, B, or C somewhere. And I never manage to get to D.
D is not.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Like, I want to stream, and I really like streaming. I just like the other stuff more. Like, am I giving up streaming? Not really. It just never gets the chance because everything else, like, I'm overwhelmed with the other stuff.
And that's completely fair.
It's completely fair, but also, so that maybe goes back to the question that Mimic said earlier. Have you ever feel like you're leading people on? Sometimes I feel like I'm leading my community on, because yes, I'm going to return, guys. I'm going to return any moment now, and it never returns.
Is it kind of like this? The vTweeters who say pre-debut vTuber, I'm gonna debut in to be announced. You're gonna debut soon, but they never debut.
But I'm not. I genuinely believe on what I'm saying. I genuinely believe that I'm returning now.
But they believe so as well. They actually believe they're going to debut any moment, but they're not doing that. So maybe there's some
I feel like
responsibility.
I'm with the other stuff.
Some responsibility that you need to be honest.
But then it goes back to the first stuff. If I start being like, okay, I'll just make it every Wednesday, I'm gonna stream. But then, why am I forcing myself to do something? Why I can't just do it whenever I feel like it? But then if I wait for it to feel like it, it never happens. And I'm like, what do I do? It's like there is no easy answer for that, and therapy also does not really help because there is not an answer for it either.
It's a hard choice. What do you want to do in life? Do you want this? Do you want that?
It's just the priority list, kinda.
So here's another thing. Returning back to the fake supporters, I have met a few people. Thankfully, I don't know them today. I met a few people on streaming that I felt like they wanted to be a streamer only because they saw me and Era and other people streaming. It looks like fun. They want to do it, but they're not really the type. So they stream once a month, maybe, and then they don't really speak in their streams, and they call themselves a VTuber, but they're not really doing anything. It's kind of a weird situation that they want to be a VTuber, but you're not doing that. It's weird. Oh.
You're okay?
My cat
It's
came to
Mimic.
my room, all brown. As you know, my cat is not brown. She's usually white.
Oh.
It's spring. She loves sand. But we're okay now. Okay. So what I'm saying is that there's a few people. There's one specific person that I'm really asking myself every time I talk to that person. Do you actually want to stream? Do you actually want to be a VTuber? Maybe it's not what you want to do because you stream like once. That's it. Once you stream. Maybe they stream like once a month and they play the same game their whole career. You go to their Twitch page, it's completely empty. And you ask yourself, do you want to be a streamer or you just don't want to, I don't know, you see us having fun on stream and you want to join. Maybe this is not what you want to do. I don't know. It's like it's confusing.
Hmm.
Going back to a question from the childhood. What you want to do when you grow up.
I don't know. I think I never was able to answer that question. Because I never really wanted to be a specific thing.
Oh yeah,
was just
burger
wherever.
streamers who play one game, they get a lot of viewers. I'm talking about it's a really weird situation. I don't know, maybe it's a really unique situation. I can't really remember anything like this. It's a person who would say hi to me in DMs every once in a while and really wanted to be a VTuber and constantly advertise their channel, in my chat. And when I go to them, I see them only playing this one game that nobody has heard of. And they talk about this game nonstop. And they stream like once a month. But they treat themselves as a professional streamer. It was like, I don't know. You know, I have a good example for that. Some people on Twitter, I would look at their bio and I would see they write this partner push. Did you ever hear partner push? I'm pushing to be a Twitch partner.
Yeah.
I've
I've seen people doing partner push.
Yeah.
3 viewers average.
Exactly. And I go to their Twitch and I see they have 3 viewers. They have like 12 followers. How are you exactly doing partner push? What the hell?
They got affiliate. Next step is partner. Let's go.
What are we
I think
doing?
you should put a partner push when you're already at 75 viewers.
I'm
And
going to
you're
push that.
just trying to keep it as a consistent thing so you can get approved.
You don't need partner. You need a stable community. You need stable income on a monthly basis. Partner will come afterwards. Partner is a sign of success. It's not success in itself. And I'm while saying all of that, and during the whole show today, I'm asking myself, why do I care? Why do we care so much about fake supporters, about burn up? I mean, burn up is us, but fake supporters and
I don't like lying in general.
expectations and people who complain about our accent or people who ask you who to raid. We didn't say that in the first question in the raid, but I don't like people who tell me who to raid. Unless I ask specifically, do you guys have anyone to raid?
Yeah.
I don't like people who jump and say, hey, this guy is streaming, let's raid him. I don't like that. It's my stream.
Yeah, and sometimes they have good intentions.
Yeah, they always have good
Like-
intentions.
Imagine that I really want to raid someone specific, and then people are like, "Hey, Mimic is online, raid him," and I'm like, how do I say that I want to raid someone else?
Yeah.
No.
So usually
because
when I
Ron
start,
is excited for Mimic for some reason, and
Exactly.
I'm like, I'm going against them because I'm being selfish.
and now
But am I really being
Mimic,
selfish because it's my stream?
what if Mimic watches my
Like-
stream, watches the VOD, and see that he knew that Mimic is streaming, but he chose not to raid Mimic. That's like, it's embarrassing. It's annoying.
Yeah, you asked him to raid Mimic, and they chose to raid someone else. He's a bad friend.
Yeah, exactly. But
Even
sometimes
though maybe I raided Mimic like the last 3 days.
exactly, you have other
Mhm.
things. You have all kind of decisions in your head of why to raid and who to raid. A burn-up isn't ass, it's a burnout. What?
What?
What,
I
Lordo?
didn't get it.
Burnout isn't ass, it's a burnout? What? Lordo?
Maybe it was an expression that it said something like it's an ass or something. I don't know.
I'll trust Lordo. Let's go to a fun
The
topic.
next one.
Yeah, that's dealing with negativity. I thought since it's one of our last topics, so Arrow, dealing with negativity, a lot of people might love you, but there is drama with a couple of people, specific groups, takes out everything out of you. So I thought maybe we could make this a bit positive for a change
Mm-hmm.
and ask how to stay positive and energetic, because as streamers, we want to be positive, energetic, give good vibes, be a comfy streamer. But there's a lot of drama, and like I said earlier, there are a lot of things that bother us, although they shouldn't bother us. If people expect something out of me, people hate me, people get into an argument with me, people don't raid me, they raid someone else, I shouldn't care. I should just move on and understand that people have lives, they have other things to do.
And
So-
it's completely that's the part where the logical side and the emotional side gets. Some people are very logical and just logical.
Said burn-up
Other
is
people
out.
are just emotional mess. And then there's people that are like the mix of both, and they start getting like in conflict with each other. The logic side says something, and the emotional side says another.
Mm-hmm.
And you get lost, like, oh, what do I do now? That's how I feel at the moment. So I don't have the solution, so I'm going to give this topic to you guys.
Nix, how do you say energetic and positive?
Honestly, I feel like my personality is always very energetic, and I always try to see the positive in things, even when like it's a bad situation. And I think that for me is what really allows me to stay energetic, is just really trying to find the good in things, and then trying to make everything just as happy as possible. Because nothing's gonna come out from you staying negative about things.
Mm-hmm.
Like if you stay negative, if you stay sad, mad, depressed, angry, that is only going to continue until you can pull yourself out of that spot. And so by always keeping a happy outlook on things will put your mental state in a better position to continue to find good things. It's basically kind of saying like it's a saying of like it's okay to fall down, it just really matters how fast you can pick yourself back up. And so being able to pick yourself up quickly from the fall is what really matters.
Burger says, take your time for yourself in a place of streaming once in a while. Mental health is super important. And Lorda agrees. Facts. Mental health is a first priority, or
The
at
thing
least
is,
it should be.
These sentences are very nice, and they are right. But you still get emotional damage all the time because of certain stuff.
Damage.
Yeah,
That's true.
Like Mimic is saying, maybe this person, if people leave it because of some drama, maybe it's best that way. Maybe that person was not really your friend or really liked you or something like that. And it makes sense, but it still hurts.
It's so
we can say the sentence and actually understand them and stuff like that, but the damage is already done. So I don't know how to deal with the damage that is done. That's the thing. I know what I need to do, and I know logically it makes sense and all of that stuff. But how do I deal with the damage that is done? That's where I'm stuck.
Let's see.
How to deal with it?
After my big dramas, I went to YouTube. I watched a lot of lectures, TED Talks, psychologists, professional professors, doctors who talk about the internet, about narcissism and gaslighting. I watched the two gaslighting, the gaslight movies, which are great, by the way. Very recommended to watch them, although they're very hard to watch. And I learned a lot, and I learned that you need to let go, and the way to let go is to flood yourself with other things in a way that you don't have time to deal with something. So right now I'm doing so many things. I don't have time to deal with a shitty person on the internet, and I'm a shitty person on the internet, right? If someone is making time and energy of their day to be so bothered by me, by a shitty person on the internet, it's their thing, not mine. And that's great. Go ahead, have fun. You don't like me? Go ahead. I don't owe you an answer. And I really try to go back to my time as a D&D instructor with children, because children can act like children. They can say the stupidest things. They can do the most annoying things. And sometimes there's the worst thing, which is the parents. They could do things that are even more stupid and annoying than the children. Every person who's working with children that I talked with, we at the same time say, the worst thing is their parents. and at one point you figure, okay, there's gonna be a lot of idiotic people along the way. Now, when you reach the point where you work with adults, like now, I work with people in their 20s and 30s, and some people act like children. And it's natural, because there's this teacher effect where you're on a stage, people around you are going to act like children. I've seen that in groups of adults. It happened. Doesn't matter the ages. The teacher is going to be the adult, and the person on the stage, and the audience is going to be acting like children. And that's how it happens with streaming. Same when you do D&D, for example. So when I'm going to play D&D today, I'm approaching as a teacher. I'm approaching as a person whose responsibility is to be the grown-up, and I'm not expecting the people there to be grown-ups as well. I'm expecting them to do nonsense, because it's my show, right? It's my responsibility to take care of things, and it's their time to take a load off and do whatever they want. So I think looking at other people around me like children helps me understand that it's okay if they act like children sometimes, because it's okay. We never really grow up. We always act as children, no matter what age. I've seen people as old as 60, 70, 80 act like little children, if in the right context. Great example is politics. Just look at politics and see the most adult professors act like little children, because that's you never actually grow up. Really depends on the context and where. So I think the dissonance comes when we expect people to act like grown-ups, but in reality, people might always act like children. It doesn't matter who. And slowly, over time, you stay with the people who act like grown-up. I told that to Nix. I think she's one of the most grown-up people that I know. And there's some Alici also. I think she's a more grown-up than many other people that I collab with. And it's sometimes it's natural. And there's different types of grown-up. Arrow, for example, he's really smart. He has a lot of knowledge on all things. Sometimes when I speak with Arrow, I know that, okay, that's a person roughly my age. He knows what we're talking about. He dealt with some stuff. And there are some people in their early 20s that you will talk about things with them, and they think that they control the world, and they have no idea what they're talking about because they didn't experience certain things. So I think that's at least working for me right now. Understanding that people around me can be like children, and it's okay to let go and flood myself with other people instead. And someone else will take care of their children. They have parents, they have communities, they're VTubers. Someone else will fix them. I don't need to fix anyone else. As your Burger says, I understand the point of Nix, but some people are unable to pick themselves up from the hole on their own, regardless of a positive outlook. Prevention is sometimes much better. Know the signs of burnout and poor mental health. Having friends and loved ones to reach out to can help a lot. And I really agree. When I started psychotherapy, the first few weeks, my psychotherapist told me, you're gonna have to be a roly-poly toy. And to those who don't know what a roly-poly toy is, roly-poly toy, you find a picture of a roly-poly toy. It's basically those things that you, no matter how much you punch them, they get up. That thing. Roly-poly toy. He told me, you're gonna have to be a roly-poly toy. Life will punch you, people will punch you, you will fall, you're gonna get up. Just gotta get up, no matter what. If you can't do that, don't be on the internet. Because the internet is the place with the most punches.
Yeah, and you have to find what really works best for you, because there's no one solve, one fit situation or solution for everyone.
Yes. But it's so I was thinking about what I was telling, and I thought about a good example as well. Imagine that toxic relationships that you know that it's bad, you know that you should leave, and it makes all the sense, but it's still in there. You literally cannot. It's kind of the same way that I feel.
Yeah.
So it's not about someone telling me what I should do, because I probably already thought about what I should do many times, and I know exactly it's bad and all of that stuff.
It's taking the choice, taking the step, and actually doing something.
And like I feel like I'm stuck in that point where I can't.
What do you think it happens the moment that you can't make a decision, can't do something?
Well, in this context,
I'll give an example.
That I'm going on.
I'll give an example. A month ago, I reached out to 3 new people for collabs. I didn't do that in a while. And I didn't really want to. I felt like I need to, but I didn't really want to. And there was one person that I canceled the collab before the collab. I felt terrible. That was, I think, the first and only time I canceled a collab. I felt really bad. But I just didn't want to. I didn't want to collab with a new person. Regardless of who that is, just didn't want to. And I was talking to someone. I don't even remember who I talked to. And that person told me, just tell them. Just cancel the collab. I said, no, I can't. I promised. The schedule is like it's an iron law for me. I wrote it in my schedule. I published it. Like, I can't cancel it. But I said, if you don't feel like it, you have to own it and tell them. So I told them I don't feel like it, and they also told me that they also didn't feel like it. It was kind of, we pushed each other to do a collab, but we didn't really want to, and it was cancelled. And I hated it. I hate that. It feels unprofessional to cancel a collab. It feels unprofessional for me.
So then how would you do that in a professional way if you had to?
Unprofessional. Is there a way to be, I mean, you promise something, you have to do it. That's your job at stake. If I was in a corpo, I would never cancel a collab. It would never ever freaking happen. If I was in a corpo, I would never be late. I would never be early. I would stream exactly on time, even if I break my legs. I would be there. I stream, no cancellations, because that's how I've been educated.
Because then it feels like more a job. It's like more responsibilities.
Yeah.
Not saying that what we are doing is not like a job, because I know that for Mimic, it takes this more as a job, while I take this more as a hobby.
Yeah. But every once in a while, you feel like...
when there's literally a corporation involved, it feels like even more a job.
Yeah, obviously. But now that I'm indie, I feel like, if I start streaming 1 hour late, who would actually care? I mean, does it really matter? On the other hand, there are people out there who do care. who do want to watch my stream on time. If I collab with someone, do they really care if I cancel that? Did they really wait for that collab? I reached out to them. They didn't reach out to me. Like, do they really care about me? Maybe it's another person who will feel uncomfortable and want to unpublish the VOD. Maybe will gain nothing out of it. I don't know. Does it really matter if I cancel that? So sometimes it's these kind of small conflicts. But then again, it reaches the final question, which is, do I really want to do this? Maybe it's not just friend. Maybe I just didn't want to collab with that person. You know? Perry says, I don't know, if I were to be expected to do my job when my leg is broken, that's a bad employer. Yeah, obviously. But it's like, no PTO, sir. But it's my personal responsibility. Like, I signed up to something. It's not just that. I have a lot of followers that I have a lot of viewers that need to be there. If I'm looking at my time, when I start streaming, 6 p.m. my time, I usually have 1 or 2 people who will join over the first hour, and then we'll start growing slowly. Depends on if there's a raid or not. I know some streamers that when they start streaming, they already have 40 people watching them, waiting for them to start. People that I collab with. And I find it amazing. So maybe it's that. Maybe I don't have enough people to, I don't think I have enough people to disappoint if I start 1 hour later, 1 hour earlier, and so on. Goes back to the expectations we have. Capitalism,
I think
exploitation.
Also, that goes into like, I think we had a question before is like, do you stream when you're sad?
Yes.
Actually, it depends. So, giving the example from earlier, that I feel like when I'm in a relationship, I don't stream as much. After the breakups is when I stream the most. So it's like my recharging. So I was like, let's say that I was very overwhelmed during the relationship. Like I had something always to do, right? Because I was either in the relationship, I was working, wherever that I do in real life. And now there is a breakup and I feel emptiness. Like I need to feel it's something. And streaming was my go-to. Pretty much to fill that hole. So I guess in a way it was, I'm not sure it was the recharging or just a way to keep me busy. It in a way makes recharge in a way too, but
distract yourself.
I don't know exactly the reason that I do it, but I see myself doing it a lot. Whenever that I lost something that used to fill my time, I go to streaming.
I feel like that's fair because like a lot of people, they use streaming as like an escape.
It's my safe place. It's literally on my bio. That's why I don't want to see it as work. Anything that remembers me for stuff on my streaming, I don't like it. I'm trying to put it as my safe place, a place that I can go whenever I feel like it.
Legion says, stuff happens, your community will be there. Your community will be there regardless if you stream.
Because I know there is expectations, the whole topic that we talked earlier, that people expect you to stream, that you stream like at least a few times per week, stuff like that, a few amount of time. While for myself, I see streaming as just my safe place that I go whenever I feel like it.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I start feeling bad because it feels like I have a compromise with my community.
But look at what DigiShine and Anton says. Stuff will happen, your community will be there regardless when you stream. And Anton says, well, no need to. There is a lot of things that you can predict, a lot of things that can go wrong. So there's nothing wrong with going live later. Or I would expand that to hiatus or streaming every once in a while when you feel like it. Your community will be there. They will support you.
That's not true. That's what most of the communities say. Because it's the correct thing and being a perfect person.
Some of them will disappear, yes. Some of them will disappear.
But a lot of people are going to disappear. And it makes sense because, like, let's say that Mimic now for some reason takes a hiatus for like 2 months for his mental health. And people really understand him and support him that he should take it and all of that. But during these 2 months that there is no Mimic, you guys, most of you are going to find new streamers, new people to support,
A new Mimic.
or even do other stuff. And by the time that Mimic shows up again, you already have like a new circle of streamers that you watch. And even though you are happy that Mimic is back and you really like Mimic and all of that stuff, he's not part of your routine anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, there is going to be people that are still going to be there, but he's also going to lose a lot of people.
I said that earlier. The 1 week vacation I took back in November, I lost half my viewers and I lost some people who were there daily, watching me from start to finish, and I did not expect them to be gone.
And I'm pretty sure they still like you and they hope for the best for you.
Yeah, but they found something else
It's just
to do.
they found other stuff.
People are
And
busy.
that's completely valid. You cannot be mad at it. Like, you disappeared for two months.
It's also annoying that it shows you how important consistency is. You need to stream at the same time, same hours, same days. You can't really take a break. And you might not get paid at all until very, very, very much later, only if you're very, very, very lucky.
Yeah. I somehow managed to create a community that knows my shit. Like, you're talking about... I don't know. Was it Ebiki?
Ebiki and Frost and Sora.
Yeah. That I think my community already knows my shit and how I am. That they just show up no matter what. They already know that I'm very unstable schedules. That I can like stream for like 2 weeks in a row with no break at all. And then out of nowhere I take like 3 months break. And every time that I go live, they are there, no matter what.
You know, it reminds me of anime or manga that gets...
It took like 3 years to make this community, but I made it. A community that actually supports me the way that I am. And at the end, I think that's what you guys should focus on, is
nuts.
Just create your own community.
Do you know those mangas that release once a week? And there's mangas that release once a month. So when you follow those, it's really annoying at first, but you get used to, okay, once a month. Now a month, I read it
but
in 2 minutes, and then a month of waiting.
I think it was Tower of God that I used to watch. That was once a month. Yeah. And I was really excited for it. But after like 6 months, I was like, I'm just not interested anymore. It's too long.
I think I read Tower of God when it was chapter 400. So I read 400 chapters in a row. It was great.
Oh, no, Tower of God, when I started watching it, it came out that day.
Oh,
I literally saw like new manga, and I'm like, let's see it. Nobody knew about Tower of God. I just tried it out because the art caught my eye, and I watched for like a few chapters still. But after a while, I was like, I'm not invested anymore. It takes too long to release a new chapter.
It does. And like that's pretty much the same as like when you're going on a hiatus. Cause like right now, I'll be honest, like one of my concerns is that when I go back to streaming, like the community that I had created before is no longer there. Like that is always a concern that I have. And people will always say that the people who really enjoy your content will come back and watch. But then like sometimes like they just forget. Like it goes the same thing with like the manga. Like there's so many mangas that I have, but like because like I've waited for like a month or 2 months, like I just kind of forgot about it.
Yeah, you already went to other mangas. Exactly.
Even if you get reminded, it's like the manga is still coming out every month, but you just don't check it. Like, you might even get notified. Hey, new chapter came out. Go watch it. And they're like,
I don't even remember what happened last chapter. Like, who cares now?
Yeah.
No, and they actually think like, yeah, I'll watch it. Just let me finish this. And then it's just not on their routine anymore. And they don't mean it as a bad thing. Like, I'm going to stop support Mimic. Disappear for 2 months. No, it's like they still like it, Mimic, and they might show up here and there. It's just they found other stuff to do. It goes back to the whole priority list. They have a new priority list, and you might even have a high value on the priority list, but not high enough.
There's also something that really happens. I see that a lot on Twitter, that if you don't interact regularly with a person, you will stop seeing their tweets, even if they keep tweeting. You have to regularly retweet, like, and comment on someone to actually see their content, even if you're following them. So
that's interesting.
I actually don't do that. Like, I'm pretty much, I'm a lurker, like on Twitter as well, where I see everyone posts and I like to see the posts, but I don't really like it. I don't really click the buttons or stuff. I'm just like, oh, Mimic is doing this, oh, and stuff like that. But I don't really put a like unless like it's something like a big event that he's doing and I want to promote it. If it's just like a rant, I'm like, oh, interesting, but that's it. I don't really put anything.
Should never rant. Never ever rant. Rants are just bad. So, I was an interesting day today.
Just said it.
It was.
I would know if I find my chat. Oh, there it is. I'm sitting here quiet because it's correct, amazingly so. I was in another community before and I still support it by lurking, but I'm not active there anymore. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And Arrow.
And I'm pretty sure that you are one of the people that said, yeah, go take your break and stuff. We support you. We are going to have your back and stuff. But are you going to though? Because at the moment you really mean it. But a lot of stuff changes.
I want to give the usual advice that's not easy for everyone, but listen, before the podcast, I really feel good. Because I love this podcast. It really feels good to me. I feel like I'm going to keep doing podcasts. And this breakfast here that I did today, like 30 minutes before the podcast, I said, I'm going to make a great meal. So I made a salad and some bread and eggs and coffee. And it felt great. I felt incredible. So my best suggestion is the most common one. Touch grass. Go outside. Do some walking.
I don't like... That's a thing that my therapist used to say as well. Go touch grass and stuff. But it feels such a bother though.
Peter,
I feel like I'm just there like, is it over yet?
Is it over yet?
I generally don't like it.
But hell, eating some...
And they're like, oh, but it's good, you know, that the sun gives you like vitamins that makes you mental health improve and stuff. And I'm like, what do I do? Do I just stand there like a T-pose receiving sun?
No, you walk around for 30 minutes. Just go around your house for 30 minutes.
Like a headless chicken? Like, what do I do?
Like a headless chicken? No,
it's so boring. Every minute it takes an eternity. I really like going.
You put on a streamer that you like. You put them on earphones. Put them in your pocket. Just walk. Walk for a bit and then go back home.
No direction in specific.
Yeah, completely aimless. Your direction is to make your legs busy while you listen to someone, and it does make you feel better. It does make you feel better in the long run. Obviously, you might feel dead right now or lack of stamina. When I when I made the breakfast today, it was annoying. Cutting the vegetables, cooking the egg, making the coffee. It's annoying, right? And I joke saying that it took me more time to make that breakfast than to eat it. Because it took me like 15 minutes to make it and then 5 minutes to eat it. And that's annoying, but you do feel better afterwards.
Yeah.
I believe you probably do.
That's one way of staying energetic.
When I have the option to either... Okay, so I have literally diagnosed depression. So I'm not going to like go on circles around it. I literally have it. When I have the option to either binge watching YouTube or go touch grass, I'm going to binge watch YouTube. Even though that I probably have that stupid face where I'm just depressed and looking at it and not really feeling anything, just like existing in a way. I still rather prefer that than going out there. And I know that's what my therapist says. You need to go touch grass, you need to leave that scenario, otherwise you'll never stop being pressed and stuff like that. And I'm like, but it's my comfy zone. That's where I feel safe. That's what I'm used to. It's familiar to me. I like this. Why I'm going to force something that I don't want to do? Again, the forcing stuff.
Yeah.
it keeps. I don't like force. I want to do what I want to do. Maybe that's what made me depressed. I don't know, but that's where I feel safe.
Comfort
That's where you should
zone.
feel safe.
Is it really that bad? Just liking being there in that spot?
It's not bad.
Because it feels like there is
No.
again the expectations. It feels like there is a correct way of being a person. You need to touch grass.
Yeah,
you
I
need to do
agree.
this. You need to do.
It's not bad, but everything has a cost. And if you're stuck in this loop that doesn't make you feel good, maybe you should break the loop somehow.
Yeah, I think I say that to my friends a lot of times. Let's say that my current life as it is, it's like a 4 out of 10. But if I take a risk and go out there, I might get a 10 out of 10, but I also get a 1 out of 10. So I would rather have my 4 out of 10 because I'm familiar to that 4 out of 10 and it's guaranteed 4 out of 10. You know?
That's a nice analogy.
It's not going to get worse. It is what it is.
I'm a gambler. I like to take the risks. Let's roll a d10. Look, it's an 8. It's double much. It's twice as better as 4.
Mm-hmm.
You see, you're on the 10. Let's go.
I need to
See,
do
sometimes
this.
it's worth it. And if you a 6 is also better than a 4. And you know what? You can always roll again. Nothing wrong about it. Thing is that rolling again is annoying. You're like, ugh, I need to roll again. Fedora, hey! Look at that. See, Fedora, every day, 6 p.m. He's here. Fedora knows my time. Anthony, 11, let's go. You broke the thing. Fedora is here every day on time. That's like pushes me to stream on time. That's great that you have people like that.
It is.
Anthony knows that like afternoon. Sometimes during the day, Mimic will stream.
Yeah, when I was like keeping my schedule, before I even started streaming, I already see some people on my participant list waiting for me to start.
Yeah. Yep. That's always
And that
nice,
actually
though.
feels good. It actually feels good. But
And talking with people also makes you feel very positive and
the
energetic.
pressure though, the pressure of not failing people and stuff like that.
Talking about pressure,
Really,
it is slowly our time to wrap this up.
To
So, Arrow, we each take a takeaway from today. So it's kind of like a one-liner thing that you learned today that you want to take away from
Raid
this
on
podcast.
Nietzsche.
What do you mean raid? I'm gonna hear
the topic. Yeah, the topic from earlier. You cannot say who should raid.
I'm actually lurking in Alnich's stream at the same time. I'm gonna stream until very late today. Not raiding at the moment.
I know you are. And you have still D&D and all of that stuff. I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
It was just the thing that you took from the podcast. I remember immediately who are going to raid.
So how will you say that in like a one-liner? Thanks for the great stream. Thanks for joining us. We'll never miss your live Mimic.
Thank you.
In one line.
Let's see what we talked about today. We talked about VTuber's accent, VTuber's
Mental health sucks.
mental health sucks. That is correct. Well, like a positive advice. What new Nix? We start with you, and we'll see where it goes.
I think I've said this before, and I'll say it again. Just be yourself. Be you.
Be you. Let's see how to deal with expectations. How to deal. I'll add be
Say what you feel.
busy.
Even if
Say
it might sound rude,
what you
say what you feel.
Even when rude. So be honest. Be you. Be busy. Be honest. Here's our takeaways from today. And let's do some shoutouts. Nix, what's your plans?
So I'm heading off to work again, but we might come back with a stream either tomorrow or Saturday. Maybe. So I'm coming back this week.
Promises.
No promises, but the hope is this week.
Let's go.
What about you, Erokun?
I'm going for lunch now, and maybe I might just stream the new game.
Ooh,
Okay. It's the exceptions rules. Like I said, I'm not a gameplay streamer anymore, but I might bring a few games here and there, and I want to try it out the first time with you guys.
It would always be fun to try out new games.
Yeah.
Because you at least said that you did it.
Yeah, I'm going to do my first experience on stream, and that's, I think, what I'm going to start doing is like first experience on stream, and if you feel like streaming it, I'll keep streaming it, or otherwise I'll just do it offline.
Mm-hmm. And doing things offline is completely fine too.
Mm-hmm. And like, I feel like, okay, no, just a quick note. I feel like I ruined my love for Persona 5 because I was just streaming Persona 5 on streaming. That's it.
As for me, I'm gonna keep streaming. Arrow, I wanted to suggest to play Zero Escape with you right now, but
you're forcing me. How can I say no now?
Searches. Oh, you want to say yes? I have like
No.
3 hours.
I want to say
until...
no. I just told you that I want to play the new game.
Yeah, that's what I said. So you can decide. If you
See,
want
guys, did you just say it's okay to say no?
It's okay
And
to
it's
say
also
no.
okay to ask people out, like Mimic, just try this, like, and be like, do you wanna play Zero Escape? No?
Yeah.
Okay, we try again another day.
Mm-hmm. And I'm gonna play Yu-Gi-Oh! Maybe even do the feed stream finally. Who knows?
Oh, the feet stream?
Yeah, I owe my community a feed stream.
Oh yeah, I'm
Consider
very
it.
disappointed on the podcast, by the way. He promised me mustaches and there is no mustaches.
Yeah, there's
Alright.
no mustaches today.
Anthony, where's our mustache? Too late now. Too late. You're gonna have
I
to
didn't
invite
get
you
the full
again.
experience of the podcast.
That's correct. You're gonna have to watch the VODs to see the full
Put me
experience.
one for 1 second.
No, fine. I'll give you a mustache for a second. Also,
So I can at least
Nix.
say that I got a mustache.
Nix, are we doing next Thursday as usual?
Yes, next Thursday, as usual, on my channel, and I will find a guest. I have
Let's
someone in
go.
mind. We'll see what they say.
Let's go.
We got some special guests from Nix's side, and look at Arrow with his cute mustache.
There you
Aw,
go. Now
so
I feel like I'm part of the
adorable.
podcast.
Aww. Wait, that's so cute.
Okay. Thank you for both Nix and Mimic for the invite.
Thank
was
you
fun.
for
Thank
coming
you
on.
for joining us. And thank you everyone for joining as well. I'm gonna take a small few seconds break, and I will see you all on the gaming side. Goodbye, everyone.
Bye, everyone.